We're not having timeouts, are we?
Get industry ready. Get future ready.
It's having someone to support you, encourage you, and inspire you. That's mentorship done right. It's modern, industry standard kit.
Building skills.
Building confidence. That's facilities done right.
It's being relevant, having access, connections, and getting real experience. That's industry placements done right.
It's being inspired, given perspective and insight, and gaining a competitive edge. That's industry connections done right.
It's knowledge building, it's collaboration, it's practice, practice, practice. That's learning done right.
Get future ready. UWE Bristol, choose to do university right.
Hey, so I'm James and I am the boss at Ship Theory.
So we are a global shipping software. We essentially help brands of all sizes ship across globally, from sort of DIY homeware brands to fashion brands. Because we're a Bristol-based company, we like to give back to the community, and we have quite a few very avid, keen squash players here at Ship Theory.
Me and Mike have always played loads of sports, and we didn't get those opportunities when we were kids, so it's really cool to be involved in sports at the grassroots level and try and build something up.
We've got access to go and watch them play, meet the players, meet the coaches. It's just nice to be part of something local where we grew up. Seeing like world-class players wearing our logo is just a really cool thing. Like, there's obviously brand awareness, but it's just an awesome thing to be part of.
It's been amazing exposure for us. We've got a lot of Bristol-based brands, like the breweries and coffee companies, and a range of them that already use Ship Theory that have actually come to us and started using Ship Theory off the back of this sponsorship. But also because of the athletes, it means that we've had new business come to us through those channels, which has just been incredible, you know?
All right, so
So I'm Ryan Robinson. I'm from Vienna, Virginia originally. I'm getting my master's in business psychology here at UWE.
There's two different types of modules. You have the core modules, and this gives you the essential skills you need to be a business psychologist. So in this we look at business psychology essentials. We look at lots of different topics from a psychological point of view. There's researching organisations, where we look at how we conduct psychology research in organisations. Business basics, which is understanding the business context in which we work as psychologists. And there's the dissertation module, where you work one-to-one with a supervisor to develop and deliver research projects and write that up.
I had a background in business through my undergrad, and I had taken a few courses about psychology, and I always found it really interesting. So I thought that the pairing between business and psychology was fascinating to me and was really appealing.
Inside the shout, Robinson open straight check, gets it!
The opportunity to play sport. On top of that, the university here is beautiful. The business school is brand new. Bristol itself is a vibrant city, so those were my main reasons. My experience has been very good so far. I've had the chance to connect with some classmates, do some study sessions and things like that. It definitely took a small adjustment period for me. I think in the States there was someone with me a lot more. Out here it's kind of more on my own, which is good. There's a lot of readings, which is definitely a difference, but overall it's been good.
So it's a blended learning approach. So there's a combination of face-to-face elements. So these include day-long workshops and also online elements. In a lot of the modules there'll be weekly online lectures which are pre-recorded and you can watch and engage with at any time you wish during the week. And there's core readings and some online activities for you to do as well.
Because it's a lot of self-study, I have a lot of time to get into the gym by myself, prepare for practice. I haven't found it too difficult to juggle the two. Getting a master's in business psychology opens up routes like consulting-based and HR management roles.
Do get in touch. I'm very happy to kind of meet up online, or if you have an email conversation, you've got any questions, do consider it. Also look at the Association for Business Psychology website, which will tell you a little bit more about business psychology as a discipline. But yeah, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you.
Come on.
Let's go. Yay, well done.
How's it going? My name is Jadrian Clark. I'm originally from Lakeland, Florida.
The MVP trophy of the European League of Football Championship game.
Jadrian, it's your trophy.
I've been playing for the UWE Bullets for the 2023 and 24 season, current MVP and winning champion of the BUCS League. Dan Mayer, the head coach, reached out to me all the way back in 2019, and I came over to Bristol when Hillside facility here was just finished being built and ran a camp for the guys here. And then ever since then, Coach Dan is just checking in with me regularly as I was playing professionally in Germany. And every year we just sort of talked about maybe possibly getting me to come over to do my master's. And this past season, we finally were able to make it happen. Yeah, so the MBA is something that I had always dreamed of achieving one day. And the university here has a great program. I obviously have a passion for football, but also entrepreneurship, and I've learned a ton being in an MBA program. So the marketing system is different. The teaching style is a little bit different. It's a really cool system. They got great resources here at the university to support you in your academic endeavors, and it's great. Yeah, I think that's been one of the highlights, is being around so many people that are so passionate about the game, even though we're in a foreign country to the game. Coach Dan obviously was a good player back in the day, and now has done an unbelievable job building up this program. Coach Frankie, a former offensive lineman that played professionally as well, and does a great job of building camaraderie with the guys and makes it fun. Even some of our, volunteer coaches, sort of like Coach Ramon, an American guy that came over that now lives in Bristol. Yeah, it's been a really awesome time to be around guys that are passionate about the game, and they do it for the love and fun of it. Man, there's so many. That's a tough one. Obviously, I'm half Irish, with my dad being from Ireland, and we got a guy on the team who's from Ireland as well. Had sort of been a career backup here for a couple of years at the university, been playing DB, moved over to receiver, and I really, started growing to like the guy. His name's Max, and in a game, where he hadn't got much playing time, we brought him in, and we ran a little double move, and he scored his first touchdown ever of his career. He'd never even scored one in practice, so it was just cool to see a guy like that keep constantly working hard, being positive, and bringing so much enthusiasm to the team to finally get that payoff and reward of a touchdown. It's just, man, it's awesome. That's what football's all about. Yeah, it's awesome. We were a really close-knit group of guys this season. The bus rides are fun, hanging out at the dorms, going to classes together. It's really cool. Kind of getting that American and British camaraderie. I think kind of the turning point for us was early on in the season we had a couple bye weeks, and that is something that Coach Dan and Frankie and Coach T encouraged us to use our bye weeks to go and travel and go and see as much of the world as possible. So we hopped on Google Flights and just looked up where was a cheap place to go. We found 50-pound flights to Tenerife. It's in a Spanish island, somewhere warm, so we wanted to go down there and enjoy the beach. So I think about 10 of us went down there, and man, it was one of the coolest experiences of my life. We're swimming in nice water, going to beaches, having great meals, and we just became a really close group after that. Unbelievable. Obviously in the university system over here, it's not quite the same as the American university system, but UWE does a great job of trying to make it as close and as replicated as close as possible. We have our own private gym for the performance athletes. We have a nutritionist, as you said. We have a strength conditioning coordinator. We got a great media team, and we also have Emily, who for me was invaluable. I came into the season with a little bit of an injury from previously playing in Germany, as I was saying earlier, and she did an unbelievable job of supporting me throughout the season and giving me different therapies and different sessions to heal me up to close to 100% now. I think there's unbelievable opportunity here, because when you come play at UWE, especially in this second half of the season, we're the only place in the world still playing American football. So I think a lot of the teams in Europe sort of tune in and put their eyes on us and kind of see which players could be stand-up players for them come the summer after our season. Two of my receivers here went on to get professional contracts, and I think a few other guys might end up still getting signed. Bristol is very underrated. It's a city that I didn't know much about until I got here. Obviously you hear about London, Manchester, maybe Liverpool as an American, but I think Bristol's a hidden gem. It's got a lot going for it. It's got a good economy. It's got great food. It's got a great downtown area, great nightlife. So there's a ton to do here, and it's an awesome place to live. Yeah, take the leap. I mean, it's going to change your life forever. You're going to walk away with a master's degree, a postgraduate degree, which is going to set you up for success later on in life, while at the same time giving you an opportunity to continue playing the game that you love, and maybe potentially parlay that into a professional contract. So there's really no negatives. There's a ton of support staff to help you figure out a way to make it happen, and yeah, go for it.
Get industry ready. Get future ready.
It's having someone to support you, encourage you, and inspire you. That's mentorship done right. It's modern, industry standard kit.
Building skills.
Building confidence. That's facilities done right.
is being relevant, having access, connections, and getting real experience. That's industry placements done right.
It's being inspired, given perspective and insight, and gaining a competitive edge. That's industry connections done right.
It's knowledge building, it's collaboration, it's practice, practice, practice. That's learning done right.
Get future ready. UWE Bristol, choose to do university right.
Hey, so I'm James and I am the boss at Ship Theory.
Hello and welcome to Shaftesbury Park, where we have the UWE Bullets taking on the University of Nottingham students. Today I am Chris Green and I am joined by my co-commentator Tebs. Tebs, how's it going?
It is an absolutely beautiful, lovely day here on Valentine's Day. So if anyone is watching with their partner, they've told them, hey, we need to watch some American football today, it is important. I promise you, they are absolutely correct, as this match is absolutely critical.
Yeah, they say it's going to be a St. Valentine's Day massacre. One for the ages, definitely. Both these teams very evenly matched. Nottingham taking the first victory against the UWE Bullets earlier on in the season. Tabs, what do you think UWE have got to do to pull this one out the bag, coming off the back of a loss to Durham Saints as well?
I mean, you look at that game with Durham, it was not good for UWE. I've been covering this sport for many a year, and that is definitely the worst performance I've seen from the UWE Bullets. They've got to stay calm and not let it affect them. Obviously, you know, when it comes to losses, as soon as it gets to Monday, you forget about it, and that is absolutely key for the UWE Bullets. They have not lost back-to-back games since the 2016-2017 season, and they're going to be wanting to keep that stat line alive, and also, more importantly, keep their chances of a home playoff berth alive with a victory here today.
Yeah, so something special about this game today. Obviously, we're usually at Hillside Gardens, but we're here at Shaftesbury Park, home of Dings Rugby Club and home of the Bristol Aztecs as well. It's an ability for us to be able to put on a show, get fans in. You know, we've got over 400 tickets sold today, so we're expecting a big crowd, decent sellout, and looks like the captains are ready to go out for the coin toss. The captains now just meeting in the middle, ready to get this coin toss done so we can get this game underway.
I mean, coming from a coaching staff perspective, Greener, you've had a face-off with the Nottingham Gold a few times. Is it too much of a hyperbole to say that this is the
my name's
UK's
Ollie, I'm the
version
referee.
of
This is Kieran, he's the
Ohio State
umpire.
versus Michigan?
There are 8 of us on the field, so please do see us if you have any questions or concerns, okay? Are you guys speaking captains? Okay, step in for me. Here is the coin. That is heads. That is tails. As the away team, you've got the call on the toss today. Tails. Tails called. It is tails. What do you want to do with it? Defer to the second half. You'd like to defer your to the second half? I've got a tag on the shoulder. Nottingham won the toss and deferred to the second half. You want the ball? Which end do you want to kick from? Kick from down. You want to kick from that direction, okay?
So we heard from head ref Ollie Maskell there. Looks like Nottingham Gold
We had
won
the
the
option
toss.
in the first half and have elected to receive.
And UWE are electing to receive this ball, Nottingham deferring to the second half. And as you were saying, yeah, 2 absolute stalwarts of the University League here, the National League. And yeah, I would agree with you. I mean, these are 2 big powerhouses. They always have close matchups every time they play each other. You know, they've had 2 thrilling finals against each other as well. So I definitely think room for a good one today.
I mean, especially when you consider the last time these two teams met in the lovely city of Bristol. It went the way of the Nottingham Gold by a single point, much like in their meeting in Nottingham in, I believe it was week 2 or 3 of this season. It was a 1-point game that went the way of the University of Nottingham Gold.
Yeah, it's a couple of times that's happened now. You know, last season as well, UWE losing by 1 point, as you say, and this season as well, losing by 1 point. So both teams very evenly matched. Both got good quarterbacks, very mobile, both of them. Both have got good skill position receivers as well. So it should be an electric game of offense today.
And I spoke to quarterback of the UWE Bullets, Ethan Gretzinger, yesterday, in fact. And I said to him, what are you trying to do in this game? And that is stay loose and have fun. And I think that is where Ethan Gretzinger thrives, when he can stay loose. There's going to be a lot of pursuit. Last week we didn't see Gretzinger move around as much as he normally does. Will we see that today? I think that could be a big addition for the UWE Bullets offense if we can get Gretzinger on the move.
Yeah, rightly so. And you know, we've seen what he can do with the Bristol Aztecs as well last year with his legs. Very successful against the London Warriors with his legs. So I'm sure a nice dry sunny day, we're probably going to see that ball being aired out and Gretzinger on the move as well. Right then, so Nottingham Gold just about ready to kick this one away. Ready to kick it off to the return men. And we are underway.
Bit of a low fly there. It is going to be taken back down the right-hand side. There's certainly some space, some blocks in front of him and a good cut. But the goal get him down just shy of midfield.
Yeah, really nice return there by UWE. Set up really good. Talking to special teams coordinator Anthony Thursman, something they've been working on is their return game in training as well. So good to see there, a nice positive return. Starting around about the 45-yard line. Obviously a 90-yard field today, so just 5 yards to go to the halfway line.
But I mean, a good start from the Bullets. Can we see a bit more liveliness from the UWE offense today? Let's check in right now for the first defensive play of the game.
Yeah, and Gretzinger swings that one out to Quinton Wimmer, number 44, and makes a man miss. Goes up that right-hand side for a good positive gain. He's still moving and tackled down, but they're tackled down there. And there seems to be a bit of flag on the play there. Probably going to be in the area of holding or a block in the back potentially.
And I mean, that is definitely something that affected the Bullets massively last week against Durham. This against the Bullets not going to be starting off auspiciously here for UWE.
Yeah, so just waiting for the call from head ref Ollie Maskell.
A sideline interference with contact against UWE. This enforcement is 15 yards from the succeeding spot. We will repeat the down.
Yeah, this sideline discipline there, not great from the Bullets. And as you say, yeah, exactly that.
The down will be 2. It'll be second down.
So many penalties from the Bullets last week against the Durham Saints, and you know, they're really costly. And they were not just like 5-yard penalties; they were 15-yarders, 10-yarders, so big penalties.
But I mean, a great connection there. We've seen it all season long. Even Elite 5s, our lovely sponsor of this live stream, we saw the connection between Gretzinger and Wimmer. I imagine we're going to be saying those 2 words a lot today.
Yeah, I think so. Gretzinger this time back to pass. Scrambles out to his right, looking for a man downfield, and he's got Josh Brees, and Josh Brees is in for the touchdown! Perfect start for the UWE Bullets, number 7, Josh Brees, in for the score.
And he throws up the hearts on this Valentine's Day, and that is looking like the Bullets of old. Last week they scored on their first drive. Can they keep it going?
Yeah, really nice from quarterback Ethan Gretzinger here, just rolling to the right. Got a couple of options there, just evades the rush from that defensive end, throws a zinger of a ball down the field, finds his man Josh Brees, number 7, and he does the rest, makes 2 men miss and gets to pay dirt.
And I mean, starting hot for UWE, exactly what they need. They normally go for 2. Can they get it done?
Yeah, just a wayward pass there from Gretzinger. Looking for Josh Brees again on the 2-point conversion, but no good. 6-0. Tabs, what do you think of that drive?
I mean, sideline interference, not a flag. You really see that much and not a flag you want to give up. Does not bother the UWE Bullets though. A perfect start, but as I've said, they scored in their first drive last week and they were looking good. It was looking healthy for them. Can they maintain it? That is the question.
Yeah, great start from the Bullets. It's exactly what they needed. Nice bit of momentum for them. 2 big plays. Obviously we had the sideline penalty as well, but Gretzinger not phased and finds his man for 6 points.
And I think the most exciting thing here is we're not just going to be looking at the UWE offense today. Nottingham are here, they defeated them last time. Unfortunately, Nottingham were unable to beat Durham. Durham currently on top of the National Premiership. They would love, and to be fair, I'm sure Durham are watching this, and I'm not sure who they'd want to lose more, if I'm completely honest.
And there's the kick by Josh Gill, returner. He's going to return this one, making some nice ground, and eventually gets pulled down to the ground.
And some big hits in there from the University of Nottingham Gold. They're not going to have as good a field position as the UWE Bullets, but right now the University of Nottingham Gold's offense come on for their first drive.
Yeah, number 16 Babs Falloud on the return, and this offense led by quarterback Tyler Drake-Knott, who is a scrambler, as we know what we've seen from him this year. He's a great quarterback, very mobile, and he's got some good receivers. Number 9 Eze is one to watch, I think, for the offense for the Gold.
So it's going to be a run straight up the middle this time, and getting some space. That looks like it's going to be a gain of, I'm going to guess, about 7 or 8.
Yeah, Falloud again on the carry. He was the return man for the Gold.
I mean, if you're the UWE Bullets defense, you've got to be unhappy with the performance last week. Giving up 29 points to the Durham Saints. And I mean, it seems almost unbelievable when you consider the role that UWE have been on the last few years, that a scoreline like that is even possible. So they're going to be looking to prove themselves that last week was just a fluke against the Durham Saints.
Tyler Drake-Knott under centre. He hands it off to his man, but he's going to be stopped in the backfield, absolutely stonewalled. Good penetration up front by the UWE defence.
And that looks like it's going to be knocking them back slightly as well. We're now on 3rd down. Is it? Let's have a look. I'm just going to keep waffling until I hear the referee.
Yeah, 3rd down.
So no loss on the play there for the Gold, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. What are you going for on a 3rd and 2, Greener, in your own half?
I mean, the playbook's open here. You can run or pass. You should expect to get 2 yards in the run game here, but Tyler Drake-Knott looking back to pass. He's got a man rushing. He finds his man out of the backfield. Really nice completion to Falloud there, and they're going to move those chains.
And that's going to be bang on the 40-yard line of the Goal. Not quite in UWE territory yet, but once again, a 3rd down is being able to be converted against this UWE defense. Begs the question, was the loss last week to Durham what they need? Get some fire back in the bellies? I mean, it's always a narrative that you can consider when you are the team to beat.
Yeah, UWE always have a target on their back, that's for sure. 4 times in a row, the 4-peat national champions. Obviously, they got 5 national championships in total now, looking for their 6th this year.
And that 5th in a row is going to take the crown of most consecutive from the Hertfordshire Hurricanes.
Yeah, and the handoff to Falloud. And he's going to be stopped in the secondary. Bit of afters there.
Now, Greener, what can you tell me about this specific uniform combination that the UWE Bullets are wearing?
I'm so glad that they're wearing this one. UWE Bullets are reintroducing the Hall of Fame today. There's a Hall of Fame ceremony after. There's going to be one inductee to that Hall of Fame. I'm not going to spoil it and tell you who that is, but UWE wearing the red pants, black jersey combination. It's the combination of their old school when they won their first championship 2006-07 season. So really nice to see them wearing those throwback threads today.
So 2nd and I'm going to say 5 for the Nottingham Gold.
Yeah, another handoff to Falloud, and he is stonewalled there, stopped in his tracks by big number 66 for UWE.
I tell you what, whenever I come over to the UWE Bullets sideline, whether I'm commentating the game, whether I'm just, having a good watch, I feel tiny. I'm 6'2". I'm a big old boy, and I come over here and I'm looking at people. I have to look up at most of these players, and most of those players are on the D line for the UWE Bullets.
Yeah, there's a lot of size on that D line, especially for the Bullets. A lot of size on both sides of the ball as well for the Nottingham Gold as they line up in the shotgun spread formation. Tyler Drake-Kopp in the backfield, directing his offense. And the shotgun snap finds his man out of the backfield. A big collision there, but good ground from Nottingham. They're being very efficient. That's Sam Fraser there on the catch and run.
I mean, it's absolutely great to see. This is going to be a battle. If you are new to uni ball, unfortunately, we don't play those too long 15-minute quarters. It's 12-minute quarters for us here, but both teams being very effective. Nottingham Gold, especially on third down.
Yeah, they've been very efficient thus far. The Nottingham Gold offense just churning away, eating up yards every play, and it's working for them right now.
I mean, you talk about killing the clock as well. We saw last week UWE had a big long drive that took up most of the first quarter, ending in a score. Nottingham once again being very effective. QB's going to fire it. There's Cervase for 17. He has caught it, and that is not a touchdown for the Nottingham Gold, but it is certainly close. But we do have flags on the field.
There is flags on the field, and that looks like, I don't know, it could be a legal man downfield or a hold potentially, where that region is.
I tell you what, looking at the OC for the Bullets, Nordic Storm QB Jadrian Clark, he thinks it's on the
downfield. On the offense, that's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Yeah, legal man downfield, I called it. And that was Daniel Pedro on the reception for the Gold. Really nice play from them, but obviously penalised, so they are going to go backwards. It's such a shame, because what a play by the Gold.
I mean, getting it down right to the 1-yard line, but now they're going back over into their side of the field. A very costly penalty. Now, Greener, I'm sure that you remember when these two met in a final in the 21-22 season. It was a spectacular game, one of the best games ever played in this country, but flags abound in that one. Hopefully we don't see the same today.
Yeah, I completely agree. So we've got trips this time to the bottom of your screen. Drake Knopp takes the snap, play action pass, looking for a man.
Good evasion there from Knopp. He fires it. Great catch by number 16 in the Bullets, but that is on the sideline.
Yeah, he just throws that one away. Smart play from Drake Knopp. No options there. He's very elusive. Just gets out of trouble there really nicely. You know, he probably should have been dead to rights, but does a great job keeping the play alive and does a smart thing and just throws that one away.
So 2nd and 15 here for the Nottingham Gold. We've seen them convert 2 of their 3 third downs, but obviously that's a great statistic, but not really a statistic you want. You want to be converting on first, let's be real.
Yeah, third down efficiency is important, but as you say, you'd much prefer convert on first down. It's a handoff to Fallu, and he is going to be stopped by 3 swarming UWE defenders.
And the Gold are not going to be able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Looks as though it's going to be Knopp's arm that is once again going to try and dig them out of trouble on this third down. Third, and I'm going to say 12, maybe 13. Let's go 13.
Yeah. Yeah, and as you say, Nottingham Gold here, they've been efficient on third down. And let's see if they can convert this one, this time 3rd and long.
So Knopp drops back. Looks like he's going to try and take it with his feet. And he's going to be taken out of bounds. And realistically, nowhere close to that first down.
I think it's about 4th and 7
and
for the Gold.
Yeah, there is going to be a personnel change here for the Gold.
Are we going to see the punting unit or the field goal unit?
I mean, if it's a field goal unit, that's a bit you'd love to see if they're going to try it from here. It doesn't look like they are, but God, wouldn't it be funny? Yeah. Wouldn't it be great?
It is the punt unit out there for the Gold. What do you think of that first drive by the Gold there, Ted?
I thought he was pretty decent. I mean, we saw a good mix of run and pass. We've seen Knopp's elusiveness, but the UWE Bullets defense doing an absolutely fantastic job. They're trying to pin the UWE Bullets deep there, and a pretty decent job of it so far. But I mean, let's be real, that illegal man downfield penalty, that's what killed that goal for the, killed that drive for the Nottingham Gold.
Yeah, it did, and as you say, it was the thing that killed UWE Bullets last week against the Durham Saints. So yeah, really costly penalty for the Gold. They looked really positive on that drive, and it's a shame for them that they didn't find the end zone there, because they looked well and truly set.
Now, can the UWE Bullets offense maintain that consistency of what was a spectacular two-play drive from them? Something that they didn't manage to find last week. We have some motion there. Gretzinger fires a quick one out. They've got a lot of blockers out there.
And Tebs, that is one of my favourite plays in football. A good old tunnel screen there, just freeing up the receiver, releasing the offensive lineman out to block the corners and all those defensive backs. A really positive game from the UWE Bullets. Nice play design.
I tell you what, plays like that make me realise that deep in my soul, in my DNA, Chris Green, I am a coward, because you've got Nottingham players going towards those big men on that screen, whilst I would simply be turned into a pile of dust.
I mean, when you saw the replay there, all those big men out in front, and it's a jet sweep this time. Makes a couple of man's miss, but he's going to be stopped with a loss of about 2 or 3 yards there.
I mean, some good evasion there to begin with, but just too many converging yellow jerseys. And that's going to be a tackle for loss for the Nottingham Gold. And I tell you what, when you were on the sideline, you're looking at Jadrian Clark and Rian Hudson. That's a formidable offensive coaching duo right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, Jadrian Clark, ELF champion. You got Rian Hudson, Brit Bowl champion.
I was going to say, but most importantly, Jadrian Clark, champion with the UWE Bullets, as Gretzinger drops back, fires one into the middle, but just cannot connect.
Yeah, through the hands of his target there, Gretzinger. Nice ball, but just a little bit off for the receiver.
So here we go. It's going to be a 3rd and 13 here for the UWE Bullets. We've seen Gold convert. Gretzinger's checking in with his coaching staff just to make sure this play is correct, because they don't want to have a one and done like they did last week against the Durham Saints. Gretzinger's going to drop back. Gretzinger's going to climb the pocket, and he fires one deep, looking for Wimmer, but just over the head of his favourite target.
Yeah, just over the head of Wimmer there. Really tight coverage by Jalen Todd, number 40, for the Nottingham Gold. I'd say one of the best players in the country right now.
And OC Jadrian Clark very unhappy with the referee on the UWE Bullets sideline. He's thinking there are some penalties that were left on the table. But it's now time for the punting unit, or the first appearance of the punting unit for the University of West of England Bullets.
Yeah, Josh Gill, the punter, kicks this one away.
The perfect operation. Snap was good. Kick was good.
Oh, really favourable bounce, and the UWE player pushed the Nottingham player into the ball, potentially there, waiting for a referee call. They're having a discussion, but it stays with the Gold.
I mean, that adrenaline spike, when you think you've got a punt that's going your way, it's the best and most exciting way to gain a whole host of yardage, but it doesn't go the way of the Bullets. What do you think, Green? Let's have another look.
Really nice roll there on the punt, and you see the UWE players just trying to push that goal play. I think he probably just did miss the ball, but really nice effort from those UWE gunners down the side there, trying to push him into the ball, making a play.
So can the Gold keep that consistency going, get some completions here, or get some conversions on 1st and 2nd down, instead of just having to rely on some 3rd down magic from Knopp?
Yeah, Drake Knopp in the gun, waiting for this snap. He drops back, looking for a man, looks left, looks right, goes to his 4th option. This is running back, and that's a really good coverage tackle there, where number 10 from UWE
But I will say, it seems though Knopp has got a lot of time in this pocket. You've got to give a shout out to the O-line of the Nottingham Gold to be able to protect from the UWE Bullets, linebackers and D-line. But at the end of the day, whilst having that much time in the pocket, couldn't find a target. It's going to be a loss of 2 on the play for the Nottingham Gold.
Yeah, really nice job by the Nottingham Gold offensive line there. Gave him bags of time. He was able to get to his 5th option in the running back to check down. A really nice job. And he's back under centre now.
All bunched up are the Nottingham Gold.
Tyler Drake Knopp takes the snap. It's a play action pass. Scrambling to the right. Nobody open and just runs that one out of bounds. Tries to make a bit of positive yards there.
It looks like it's going to be a gain of 3. But you're starting back 2 yards minus of the line of scrimmage. So now you're going to be looking at a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, 3rd and 9 for the Gold. So UWE done a good job thus far. Important down for them here early on in this first quarter.
I tell you what, we've got a packed crowd here at Shaftesbury Park for this game. Though I'd imagine there's probably some hope from UWE that there'll be some defence chance, try and rattle these Nottingham Gold, but I think people may just be here just to support. Knopp's going to drop back, and he is swarmed. He's going to get it away. And realistically, that was the best thing he could have done there with all those black jerseys on top of him.
And I think that probably is going to be an intentional grounding penalty. I don't think there was any receiver in the vicinity. I feel like he was still in the pocket, yeah, and there's the flag from Maskell. It's going to be a grounding call. That is a spot foul and a loss of downs.
Offense number 10. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. This penalty is a loss of down. The next down will be 4th.
So head ref there, Ollie Maskell, just as we've got a little break in play. It's the rest of the crew today. Umpire Kieran Smith, head linesman Joel Pearson, line judge Ben Griffiths, back judge Ewan Patterson, field judge Keith Wickham, side judge Henry Young, and centre judge Pete Parsons. All today's officials are members of the British American Football Referees Association, BAFRA. For more information about becoming an American football referee, visit BAFRA website at www.bafra.info. And there is the punt from the Gold, spinning away. Takes a goal bounce, it's picked up by the returner. And he makes about a 5-yard gain for Ethan Gretzinger and the UWE offense to take back over. And that looks like we are at the end of the first quarter. So these sides are going to flip over.
So what do you make of that first quarter, Greener? Because for me...
No. So announcer said it was the end of the first quarter, but referees say, no, it's not. So,
well, okay.
Bit of a miscommunication.
In that case, I will save that question for when they do swap sides.
Yeah, park that one. Give it to me in a minute. I'll prepare my answer for you.
So Brees just starting with basically his heels at the 50-yard line, so Bullet starting in Gold territory. It's going to be a handoff to him. Just crashes into the pile. A mound of meat, just like Dan's Dirty Fries here at Shaftesbury Park.
Dan's Dirty Fries, yeah. If you're here, well, if you're watching on stream, you're not going to be here. But guys, here there's Dan Bear's Dirty Fries that you could buy. You tried them out, what are they like?
I did try them out, I did have the privilege. I tell you what, spicier than I thought they'd be. Dan does not seem to me to be a bloke who can handle his spice, but I was very, very surprised. Would have gone well with a beer-based beverage, but unfortunately not for me right now because I've got to drive later. It's going to be a handoff. Good movement. Keeps on going. Not going to be a whole host of yards, maybe 2 or 3 on that run.
Yeah, short gain from the Bullets, but they are going to be in third and manageable here. Third and about 4. So, good couple of runs for the UWE offense. Seeing if they can convert this third down. And you got to think, if they don't lose any yards here, maybe gain 1 or 2, they'll probably go for it on 4th.
So Gretzinger's going to fire it out to his Pomona Pizza Sage Hen brother, Quinton Wimmer, and he's going to have a first down before being knocked out of bounds.
What did you describe him as then?
Well, they both went to Pomona Pizza. Their football team is called the Sage Hens. What is a Sage Hen? Don't ask me. I've asked Ethan, I forgot what he said because it was so ludicrous.
Oh, I love
Quarter.
that. So good. That looks like that is the end of the first quarter now. Tebs, fire away. What were you going to ask me?
So, as we saw last week, flags were very much the bane of the UWE Bullets. We've seen some flags in this game that have harmed the Nottingham goal. How much of the flag game here today is causing a problem for both of these teams?
Yeah, I mean, flags are a bane of any coach's problems, you know. The more flags you get, the less likely you are of winning the game. You know, you've got to abide by the rules. As basic as that sound and as silly as that sound, I'm probably telling people how to suck eggs here, but, you know, you've got to be penalty free. You've got to protect the team within the rules to try and win this game. So, end of quarter one, UWE Bullets 6, University of Nottingham 0.
How do you suck eggs?
I don't know. Put it in your mouth and maybe hard boil it and peel the egg.
That's too much. That is simply too much. That's too much for me. That is too much for me.
I can't say I've ever tried it.
No, I've heard that expression before, and I've never looked at an egg and went, yeah, delicious. So Gretzky's going to go over to his left-hand side. He's going to try and fire it. He's got some space. This is a bit more like classic Gretzky. He's got some space, and it is caught. And that is another touchdown for the University of the West of England Bullets.
Yeah, Sam East on the catch there, number 20 for the UWE Bullets. Really nice grab and really, really good escapability from Ethan Gretzinger. That's the Gretzinger we're used to seeing. You know, went to his left, scrambled, went to his right, finds his man in that front pylon of the end zone. Here's the replay. Gretzinger, what a ball.
When that man is on the move, he is a threat. And it's another touchdown for UWE.
I tell you what, my favourite bit about this play, look at the lineman on the floor there. He puts his fingers in the air and is like, yep, that's a touchdown. I'm on my back, but that's a touchdown.
So currently 12-0 to the UWE Bullets. Can they make it 14?
Yeah, Gretzinger back to pass, looking for a man over the middle, but not quite finds Josh Priest, the intended receiver. And it's going to remain 12-0 to UWE.
I mean, there was a lot of sauce on that ball. I won't talk about Dan's dirty fries any longer, but I mean, just a bit too much there for Brace from Gretzinger.
You need to stop. We need to be professional here, Tabs. Come on.
I think it is professional. This is what the people want great at. They want Dan's dirty fries reviews. But I tell you what, but I will say, if there is another event, if there is a next up event here for the UWE Bullets, if you don't come down and try them, I mean, you're only hurting yourself. It's almost like I get a cut of them. I don't get a cut of them, but... Or do I?
You're also preaching to the wrong audience, because if you're watching on stream, you're not here and you can't buy them anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying, the next time. The next time, maybe if they're here for their playoff game, if they win today. Just saying.
Yeah, and
I mean, they probably won't be, but...
Yeah, and as you say, the people that are here, you know, lots of old players and coaches watching in the VIP seats in the stands.
I think they're all VIP seats here at Shaftesbury Park. As that ball is away, and that is a wonderful kick. That has had a lot of hang time, but I mean, a great returner from Nottingham, but just crunching into number 8 from the University of the West of England Bullets.
Yeah, Josh Gill is the specialist kicker. It's the only job he has for the UWE Bullets. Obviously, they kick extra points, so he punts and kicks off. I think he's kicked 1 extra point this year. I think he's 1 of 1.
I did hear that 1 field goal at versus Leeds. So, I mean, he does have some points on his record. Probably not as much as, you know, the typical kicker would normally get, but let's see if the Nottingham Gold can put some points on the board in the second quarter.
Yeah, and I think this is an important drive in terms of momentum here for the goal, because if they go 3 and out here, UWE, and they've got the ball again, good field position, they score, you know, the game's going to be quite far out of reach.
Yeah, I think another score here from the UWE Bullets if they manage to get it done. Any narrative that the UWE Bullets run is over can be flushed down the toilet. That is going to be a run to the left-hand side. Going to have some gain on the play, but not that much. And we've got some whistles coming in. They see some extras, some extracurriculars, but not enough here. Everyone's just trying to share the love here on Valentine's Day. And we're going to have a gain of, I'm going to say 3, depending on the angle of the referee.
Yeah, gain of 3 by number 3, Sam Fraser. Lost the ball at the end there, but referees deemed him to be down by contact before that ball went out. See the ball there just pop out late, but down by contact. And the Gold maintain possession. Drake Knopp in the shotgun.
It's going to be kept by Knopp.
Play action. You were done by the cameras there. It's good fake by Knopp. And a really nice tackle. That is great defensive play by the Bullets.
We have some whistles coming in. Looks like someone is down. Is that Knopp that is down? I need to look here on the screen. I think it might be, actually.
Yeah, I can't quite see. There's a lot of UWE players in front of me.
That's number 10. So the QB for the Nottingham Gold is currently down. We do hope he's okay.
Yeah, nobody likes to see anyone get injured, and he looks like in quite a bit of discomfort. So let's hope that's not too serious for the quarterback of the Gold. Yeah, he's not happy. He's banging the floor and in quite a bit of discomfort there. Looks like he got a little bit twisted up on the tackle, maybe.
I mean, when you're trying to run laterally and someone's trying to bring you down, I mean, that is an absolutely terrible situation to be in. We can see that he's having a conversation with the medics, but he definitely does not look very, once again, hitting the floor. Knopp does not look very happy.
Yeah, and you see the UWE defender there who made the tackle has gone over, and
I tell you what, when you see a player put hands on the head, you know that there is likely to be a problem, and that's not what you want to see on a game like this. But he's back on his feet, and it looks like he is going to be carried off here by some of his linemen.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a knee or an ankle. It looks like the left-hand side of him. He's weight-bearing on the right.
And I mean, great effort there from the O-lineman, just picking up their QB, both metaphorically and literally. But what we want to see is we can see here that it looks as though the backup for the Nottingham Gold has been warming up on the sideline, but this is going to be big for the Nottingham Gold.
Yeah, I mean, that is a big loss for the Gold if he cannot play anymore. Real talent with his legs and his arm is Drake Knopp. Well wishes from both of us here in the commentary booth. I hope that is nothing serious, and he shakes it off, but he looked quite a bit discomfort there, Tabs.
Hopefully we can see him back in this game today, but we're going to look now, tell you who is going to be the new man. It looks like number 15. Who is that? Chris Greener.
Well, I'm trying to find him on the roster, but I might need a magnifying glass because it's so small.
Well, I mean, his first play, he fires one just over the head of number 8 for the Nottingham Gold.
Yeah, Ben Harrison, the receiver there, just a little bit too tall for him. And the backup quarterback is Marcus Cownley.
So Cownley's coming in an absolutely massive game. But pressure does make diamonds. Can we see the performance of a lifetime here today? And I tell you what, I always love it when you have a QB coming in, you know, in a backup position, and you go straight for the pass. I love that. That's, you know.
Yeah, it shows great confidence in your guy, you know, and he probably needs that as well. He thinks, oh, pass play, and it was something short to try and get some rhythm. Obviously, he was a little bit wayward on the target, but I'm sure we'll see him settle into this game as we see the punt go away. It takes a goal bounce, still going right around just over the 20-yard line, maybe the 22, and Gretzinger and the UWE offense will take over.
I tell you what, I do agree. I always try and maintain the hope when it comes to doing combo and commentating American football games. Try and make it seem like, you know what, there's always a chance any given Sunday or Saturday in this particular instance. But I mean, for me, when it gets to 3 scores, you have to go, you know, we're in like legendary comeback territory if you can come back from a 3-score game. Bullets have had to punt already this game, and the University of Nottingham Gold after having their starting QB go down, they're going to need to put in a big shift on this drive.
Yeah, they are, absolutely. Cownley's got a big task on his hands, and I can see that Drake Knott is already taking his pads off on the sideline. Looks like his left ankle, I think he's grimacing at. And a run from the Bullets up that right-hand side. Looks to be a gain of about 9 yards on the play.
I might even say 9.5. He's very, very close to those sticks. They're not moving them, so not going to be a first down for UWE, but there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, laundry on the field. It's probably going to be a hold, I think. Looks like the referees are marching backwards.
Offense, number 59. 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, first down.
Yeah, and UWE can't afford to get complacent here. You know, they know they've seen the starting quarterback go down, but they need to just still lock in on offense. This game is nowhere near done. We're still in the second quarter, and a big, tall task to climb still.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ever count the Nottingham Gold out. But at the end of the day, like, they have been a top, at least a top 2 team in the country for the last 5 years. You can't count this team out ever, but we're going to have a run play here, and it's going to be an absolute swarming there. We do have one player who has lost his hat. But an absolutely great play there from the defence, especially considering that the UWE Bullets just took a 10-yard penalty. And we do actually have another gold player down as well.
Another gold player down again. Not what you want to see, especially from a goal perspective. But,
My time out for an injury.
Really nice stuff from the UWE defence on the previous play, but when Nottingham had to punt the ball away. But the goal there making a really strong stop.
So I think it's next week. It's going to be the rematch of Durham versus Nottingham. I tell you what I know they're not here, but I mean, what a season from the Durham Saints. You know, they have been, you know, that 3rd or even 4th place team if you're going back to the days of Leeds Beckett being really in the mix. But Durham managing to beat UWE 29-6. They beat Nottingham as well. Obviously, they did lose to UWE Bullets the first time round. They managed to beat Nottingham again next week. Oh boy, is that going to set up an absolutely diabolical playoff situation. And when it comes to BUCS Touchdown Tuesday on March 24th, a rematch between what may likely be the UWE Bullets versus the Durham Saints. I mean, absolute cinema, absolute classic.
Yeah, obviously UWE blew out Durham in that game when they reached the final in Loughborough. But Durham are a very different team this year. You know, they've got talent everywhere and really good quarterback, really good offense, really good defense as well. So, strong team.
I mean, looks like a second, and I'm going to say 14 here. And Gretzinger throws a missile for Brees and just over his head.
Yeah, just a little bit off target there for Ethan Gretzinger on the ball to Josh Brees. It is going to be 3rd and a mile for the Bullets offense.
And I mean, given how close they are to the goal line, never a situation you want to be punting from. So they're going to need something here, even if it's just to get them out of that danger zone.
Yeah, and I don't mind that play call there from Jadrian Clark. 2nd down, take a shot. 3rd down, probably be a bit more conservative here. You know, the likelihood is you're probably going to have to punt it away on 4th down. So Gretzinger in the gun. Drops back to pass. He scrambles to his right. Just rolls the pocket that way. He is going to go deep again. Quinton Wimmer! What a catch!
Oh my God!
Quinton Wimmer! And what a play. I said they were going to go conservative. What the hell do I know?
And I mean, that just sets the stands here at Shaftesbury Park Blaze right in front of all of the spectators. Quinton Wimmer comes down with some absolute magic. Let's have another look.
What a catch. He is literally lateral in the air, about a foot off the ground when he makes that grab.
I love alliteration. Literally lateral. And they have it in the Nottingham Gold side of the field.
Gretzinger, audible in the play, baby. He's empty backfield. Takes the snap, drops back, he's looking for another pass, he's going for another bomb. And it's just overthrown his target on the left-hand side there. Gretzinger feeling it early on, Tabs.
I mean, almost an alter ego here coming out. Gretz Slinger is making his appearance so far today, but 2nd and 10. But you've got to love the confidence here of Jadrian Clark with his QB, especially considering the sorry to say, sorry to bring it up, the lackluster performance of Ethan last week.
Yeah, and I think it just shows great confidence that JJ does have in his quarterback, Ethan, because he's come out firing here, literally, and yeah, he's definitely trusting his man, number 5, as he does the draw play up the middle. It's Alex Eden on the carry, gets about 3 or 4 yards.
I don't even think that, if I'm completely honest. I think that's only going to be a gain or 2, setting up another 3rd down for the UWE Bullets. But I might be wrong. No, I'm going to say I'm right. I'm going to say 2-yard gain.
2.5.
Split it down the middle.
Yeah, UWE looking very efficient on their deep shots so far this game. They've hit a couple. Gretzinger again, back in the shotgun. This time he rolls to his left. He's got a man trailing him, but he looks over the top down the middle, and that's going to be pass interference, surely that's pass interference.
And that referee is saying no good. The UWE Bullets sideline is distraught. Yeah, but that referee saying it is uncatchable.
And I think the reason why it was uncatchable is because he got tackled.
And to be fair, I think we're going to have a look at this. I actually do agree with you, Greeder. I think that he could have caught that but tripped him up. I
mean, that ball's only 3 yards away from him, 4 yards away from him. He's tackled him in the air. How is that not pass interference?
But we got a full ref crew here today, and they are unhappy with it. And it is going to be a timeout called for the UWE Bullets, because I'm sure that some of the UWE coaching staff would maybe like a word with this officiating staff.
Called by UWE at 8 minutes and 2 seconds. That is their first timeout of the half.
Yeah, that's Ewan Patterson back there, the back judge, saying it was uncatchable. It's always it's a bit of a grey area, that rule, isn't it, where they say it's uncatchable or not uncatchable, because everyone's a different athlete, everyone runs a different speed. Like, it's a judgment call, and obviously Patterson judging it to be uncatchable in that instance.
But this is it, when you look at the referees, sometimes you'll have a call that you don't agree with, and sometimes you'll have a call and you'll be like, well, I think we got away with that one. So I personally think it all balances out in the grand scheme, in the grand karmic landscape of American football, not just British American football, that it's probably right most of the time.
Yeah, and as you say, it does usually balance its way out, you know. I'm sure you've got people watching that are saying, yeah, that was definitely uncatchable, so definitely a difference of opinion there, but hey, the opinion that matters is the opinion of the referee on the field, and that's what we go with.
So it's going to be 4th down, and the UWE Bullets will be keeping their offense on the field, though they have got 8 yards to go until the 1st down. But after that spectacular catch from Quinton Wimmer on that 3rd down, maybe anything's possible.
Yeah, Gretzinger and the offense stay on the field. They're just over the halfway line, looking for this 4th and 8. Gretzinger this time throws to the left. He finds his man, Quinton Wimmer, and I think that is enough for a UWE 1st down. Yes, it is.
And I mean, this connection has been prevalent all season long. And, you know, as we said in the Elite 5s tournament, Elite 5s 2 coming your way for UniBall students, that was the first time that the British American football populace was introduced to Quinton Wimmer. He won the MVP of the entire tournament, and you were barking like a dog or something like that.
I was barking like a hellhound, Ted. Get it right.
Sorry. Sorry, mate.
This time a handoff by Gretzinger up the middle. Number 9 on the carry for UWE. Makes a good gain. And yeah, as you say, Quinton Wimmer obviously winning that Elite 5's MVP award at the first inaugural tournament. And Elite 5's obviously sponsoring this stream today. And they are sponsoring the MVP award. It's our job to present that trophy and give the MVP award. So something that we'll be talking about in the second half. Few players obviously standing out already, Gretzinger, Wimmer.
Well, I was going to say, it could very well be the case that Wimmer walks away with both Elite 5's MVP trophies right now. But again, Uniball, Elite 5's coming your way in April. Quick ball out. There's some space down the outside. Not going to be enough for a 1st down. A little bit of afters here, and a flag comes in, and that's going to be on the UWE Bullets.
Yeah, Sam East just grabbing the face cage of one of the Nottingham players. There was a lot of jarring going on there, but Sam East just decided to take that and grab his face cage.
We'll say the gold player did have a handful of East's jersey, but you know, you go to the face, that's where the flags are going to come out.
You do, and 9 times out of 10, who gets caught? It's the retaliation.
So, I mean, a great play there from the Bullets, but this is going to be heading backwards, we assume.
The play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. UWE, number 20. 15 yards is enforced from the end of the run. The next down will be third down.
Yeah, and really costly penalty for UWE, another 15 yards short. And, you know, in games that are close, they really cost you. The difference usually is in close games, the amount of penalties conceded. And UWE being quite costly early on.
But I mean, I imagine that the UWE coaching, when they've had these classroom sessions, they've turned around and said, hey, you need to stop these flags. And whilst I will say that it seems that lesson has been learnt somewhat, another costly penalty for UWE. They don't want to make it a habit in this game like it was last game. Gretzinger drops back. He fires an absolute missile for Wimmer. And I mean, Wimmer was certainly close. I think his fingertips may have felt the breeze from that pass from Gretzinger, but they can't have another miraculous throw from Gretzinger to Wimmer.
Yeah, really nice tight coverage there from Gabriel Aloptinju Ojo. He was there, sorry if I butchered his surname there, but he was there. There was a bit of hand fighting going on. I like the fact that there was no call there.
And we have got another flag on the play, and I think it might be another unsportsmanlike on UWE.
Period. Unsportsmanlike conduct. UWE, number 68. 15 yards from the succeeding spot. Remains fourth down.
Back-to-back unsportsmanlike conduct penalties for UWE. I'm going to say this is becoming a problem for the University of the West of England Bullets. Last week it was absolutely terrible. Right now in this game that they're winning, it's becoming a problem. 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Normally you can understand one, we'll go back, we'll learn, we will understand we need to stop doing that. But another one, and now they're going to be punting from their own half of the field.
Yeah, really not ideal for the Bullets. 4th and about 35. And the punt from Josh Gill is a high hanger. It's going to take a goal bounce though. And it's going to be down right around the 30-yard line, close to there.
So the backup QB for the Nottingham Gold, Brownlee. It looks like it may be his first full drive. We had one play. It's Brownlee, isn't it? Cownley, sorry.
Close enough.
He'll be taking his first full drive. I'm excited to see what he can bring here. We're in the second quarter, only 12-0 down here for the Nottingham Gold.
Yeah, and he's got some talent around him in skill position, so if he can get the ball anywhere in the vicinity, and he's going empty formation here, first down. So a little bit of trust in the backup quarterback, Cownley. As he takes the snap, he's looking to pass, and it is batted down at the line of scrimmage.
I've got to say, I do love the confidence of putting him in empty straight away. But I mean, you've got to start to get warmed up here. I'm sure that when he was on the sideline during that last drive, he was chucking that ball around. But it's going to end up as a 2nd and 10 here for the Nottingham Gold.
Yeah, Micah Berra comes screaming off the left edge there, unblocked. So Cownley maybe a little bit rushed on that pass, as it was a little bit low, tipped by the defensive lineman. Cownley now in the gun. And this time it's a handoff to Falloon. And he is going to be tackled for a loss. And this UWE defense have come to play today.
I mean, they've got to be on a revenge tour after last week. You know, this game comes over. They've got the UWE Bullets anyway. They're making the playoffs. They've got a bit of a long wait here. This game all about whether or not they'll be likely travelling up to Durham once again, or be hosting a playoff game themselves.
Yeah, I think, you know, if Nottingham lose here today and they lose again next week, I think that puts UWE either at the 1 or the 2 seed, depending on points difference. Not sure what the tiebreakers are. You're everything University of American football. You know what the tiebreakers are?
It is points against is the tiebreaker for a situation like that. And I'm sure when we host the UWE show on Monday, I'll be able to have a much deeper understanding for you as Thankfully, I don't have to deal with that, but I know Tonye is here. I might go and ask Tonye. He'll definitely know.
Ask him at half-time. I think, according to my calculation, I think if Durham win next week against Nottingham and this game stays as it is, I think UWE with a 2 seed. I think Durham will be the 1 seed.
But I mean, that's it. We saw last year UWE Bullets, they won the regular season national premiership. And a great ball there. Not going to be enough for a first down. Going to be about 4 yards off, but a great first completion there from the backup QB.
Yeah, really nice ball from Cowney there, finding his man in the middle of the field. And a timeout from UWE. Quick timeout, but yeah, really nice ball over the middle of the field there on first down.
Timeout called by UWE at 4 minutes 26. That is their second timeout of this half.
I mean, the UWE Bullets, they got a lovely shiny trophy for winning the regular season national premiership last year, the first one. But it looks as though that will likely be going the way of Durham this year. But when it comes down to it, as much as it is good to win the regular season and be on top of the national premiership, you want to win the big one. And that happens March 24th in Loughborough. I personally can't wait for it. Whether it be the Prem, whether it be Division 1, I'm absolutely... If I could freeze myself and, you know, just wake up on March 24th in Loughborough like some sort of Uniball caveman, I would. But unfortunately I can't. I have to live through the next 30 days, or no, less than 30 days, 28 days to get there. So yeah.
And by way of look at the suit that you're wearing today as well, it looks like you are Durham Saints' biggest fan.
Oh, don't get me started. I've had Joker, I've had Willy Wonka. I just thought the purple would look nice. I want to look good for the people. It's a big day.
Hey, I'm all for it, Teps. I love it. So Nottingham goal now, 2nd and 3. Cownley in the gun. Trips to the right. Single receiver up top. And it is a handoff to his running back.
Definitely going to fall forward there for a gain of 2. They're not going to have a whole lot between them and a first down on this third down. I think maybe 1.5 yards. I don't think that's 2 yards. Just shy of 2 yards, I'll say.
Yeah, short game from Fraser as he stands beside Cownley in the shotgun. Trips again to the bottom of the screen. Cownley back to pass. He finds his man Fraser in the flat for a first down for Nottingham Gold. And Cownley completing some nice balls here.
I mean, they're starting to get some consistency here. Are the Nottingham Gold? You've got to be impressed with Cownley here as they've managed to march their way into UWE Bullets territory.
Yeah, and I like the play calling as well from the Gold OC. You know, he's giving him nice easy balls, check downs, handing off the ball to the running back. He's making it nice and easy for him. He's not doing anything silly, not taking deep shots, just keeping it nice and simple and just playing simple football. Again, the handoff to Fraser. Up the middle, gets a short gain, maybe about 2 yards.
I'm going to say that is going to be 2 yards for Fraser. Again, it's the old Hank Stram. He's matriculating the ball down the field, and it is only 12-0 at the end of the day. You know, this isn't out of the realm of possibility for the Gold, and I think they're doing the right thing. You don't have to just heave the ball downfield to gain your momentum. You can pick it up incrementally.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're getting into some rhythm now, the offense. You know, short passes, they're getting some gains on the ground as well, so mixing it up, run and pass. Still playbook open for the Gold offense. Cowney back to pass again. Goes over the middle, this time incomplete. Across the middle, a little bit low for his receiver there on the ball. Looked like he maybe rushed that throw.
It's going to be interesting to see where the Nottingham Gold start lining up for field goals. I know that it's Britball, but we've got 2 elite teams on our hands. Obviously, it's not the NFL. They probably won't be making kicks from here, but if they get to a 3rd and 1 and don't think it's time to go for it on 4th down, will they bring out the field goal unit?
Yeah, Cownley back to pass again. Looks for his man on the sideline. Incomplete there, just out of bounds. Intended receiver was Ben Harrison for the Gold. And I think probably going to see the punting unit coming out. Again, something that you touched on just a minute ago as well. 12 points is nowhere near out of reach. You're never going to count them out. You know, they showed some glimmer of some offense there. You know, if they make some adjustments at half-time as well, maybe they find a way. Interesting formation from the goal. Now going back into a more conventional punt formation.
And just a short one out there, takes a good goal bounce. And I tell you what, very, very good punt there. Very, very low, not returned. I like that.
That was a very unorthodox punting style there, kind of like a rugby style, but kept it really low. And he gained a favourable bounce for the goal. So UWE inside their own 20 at about the 12-yard line, 13-yard line to start this next drive.
I mean, this UWE offense, it has been absolutely heads and tails. Spectacular plays, spectacular throws, but also damaging 15-yard penalties. If they just get rid of that, they're winning this football game.
Yeah, the fake jet sweep and up the middle on the left-hand side. Gain of about 4 or 5 yards. Nice gain on first down for UWE. Not going away from the run game, which I like to see.
I mean, it begs the question, when does Ethan's arm start hurting? Because some of these throws have been extra long. As they're setting up now for a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, empty formation for Gretzinger. Looks up the middle, trying to scramble now. He moves to his left. He's going to evade the rush, and he gets upfield. And I can't see the spot yet, but I think it's going to be a first down for UWE. Gets out of bounds.
So referee's whistling in.
At 2 minutes.
So 2-minute warning at exactly 2 minutes. And UWE have 1 timeout.
I mean, it's good to see Ethan running. You know, we had a few conversations over Christmas, and he told me that, you know, as you tend to do for uni ball, you go away for Christmas, you stop watching what you're eating. You're just going to go and eat as much as you want. Ethan said he was completely the opposite. He went back to California. He said, I've lost some weight. I'm ready to come back to being the quick Ethan Gretzinger that I was for the Bristol Aztecs.
Don't mind it. Love that mindset from our quarterback, Ethan Gretzinger. As he drops back to pass, finds Quinton Wimmer over the middle for a short gain. And there he goes. He's still going strong. Not a missed tackle, and finally gets brought down at the Nottingham goal, 25-yard line. What a play by Quinton Wimmer.
Quinton Wimmer is making me make noises that only my girlfriend should make me make on Valentine's Day. These plays are absolutely spectacular here from number 44 of the UWE Bullets. Do you like that one?
You need to stop. You need to stop right now. Really nice play from Wimmer, and now Gretzinger hands the ball off this time. And a nice run from Simon there.
And you see the UWE Bullets, they're going quickly. They want to put some more points on the board. We have had the 2-minute warning. I think they've only got a single timeout remaining, I believe.
Yeah, 1 timeout left. So going quite quickly, no huddle. They did make subs there, so Nottingham able to sub as well. So that is going to burn a little bit of clock, but Gretzinger again back to pass in the shotgun in empty formation, looking for a man. Comes off his read again. Now he's going to scramble to his left. No one there. And he's going to make the smart play and just get out of bounds. Nice positive gain. Close to a first down.
Looks to me, I think he's going to have a 1st and goal here for UWE. And the time has stopped as well. Very well done there from Ethan Gretzinger.
Yeah, it looks like he's just short of the 10-yard line, so just 1st and 10. Very close to a 1st and goal, but maybe about 11 or 12-yard line. Really hard to see from our vantage point. We are on the field down low. We don't have any elevation in the commentary booth. I say booth, the commentary table.
God, what a table it is. What a table it is. So fresh set of downs here for UWE. Gretzinger looking over to the left-hand side, gets it into the middle. There's a reception, fighting in. And that's not going to be enough for a touchdown, but it looks like it's going to be down at the 2-yard line. So pick up of 11.
Yeah, really nice. Smart play by Gretzinger, just checks it down to his running back.
I'm talking nonsense. Gain of 8.
Gain of 8 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 2.
Gretzky's going to go out to the right-hand side. There is some space, man wide open, and it is going to be another touchdown for the UWE Bullets.
Yeah, Josh Brees again, his second touchdown of the day, just wide open in that front pylon there. Nobody picked him up, just lost in coverage, and nice ball by Gretzinger. Nice pitch and catch for 6.
So 18-0 is the score now. UWE Bullets have not been able to convert either of their past two-point conversions. They're going to want to make it 20, but right now, if you're the Nottingham Gold defense, it's time to lock in. It's getting 16-0 is slightly more difficult than 12-0, strangely enough.
Yeah, just looking at that replay, I'm not sure if there was a corner actually on the field there, or it was just a blown coverage, because he looked so open on that right-hand side. This time it's going to be a handoff for the 2-point play. He's in trouble, and I don't know if he's going to go anywhere.
Out to block. Swarmed.
Yeah, I do not want to see my quarterback lead blocking there. Trying to block big number 11, the linebacker for Nottingham Gold. They have a little powwow at the end.
I'm sure number 11 just saw number 5 running at him. Ethan Gretzky. He's like, what are you doing out here? But once again, the UWE Bullets are currently over 3 on their 2-point conversions.
Yeah, good show of sportsmanship from Jack Redhead there to Ethan Gretzinger. And the crowd amped up here. Cheers for the third score for the UWE Bullets of today. And the score moves to 18-0, and not long left in this first half.
What are your thoughts on the concept of the half-time adjustment? Do you think it's a load of nonsense?
I think some teams do it, and I think some teams don't. I've been a part of teams before where we literally will go into the locker room, we'll draw up the defense on the whiteboard, we'll look at what's working and what's not working. If we need to change a route, we'll even draw up some new plays. I've been part of offenses before where we'll draw up new passing plays if we see a concept that we like that's going to work against the defense that they're running, because you can only watch so much film and they might run something completely different, and you've got to be able to adjust on the fly. But they don't always happen at halftime, they happen on the sideline as well.
And that switch does work. They managed to get it to the other man. Flag comes in.
Yeah, it's going to be a face cage. Little face cage there late by the third UWE defender that was coming over. Really unnecessary as well. Didn't really need to grab for that face cage. The tackle was already being made.
Maybe can the Gold get something going here? Obviously, back up.
Face mask. Kicking team, number 16. 15 yards added to the end of the run. First down.
And the third 15-yard penalty for the UWE Bullets, becoming a bad habit. Again, 18 points up, but definitely losing the penalty game here today.
Yeah, and it's something, as you said, we touched on it earlier, it's been an issue for the UWE Bullets a few weeks now in a few games, so it's something they really need to address and tidy up, because come down the playoff stretch, when you reach the business end of the season, they can really, really hurt you.
So the Gold have got a long way to go and not a lot of time to get there. But can they cook something up? That is the question. A good run here from the Nottingham Gold. Some blockers out there, definitely going to be a first down. Are they going to stop the clock? Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, the Gold have had a pretty successful run game today with Falud, their running back, and Sam Fraser as well, complimenting him. They're both running backs getting a good outing today, and I'm sure they're going to lean on them a bit more.
The first half.
I'm sure they're going to lean on him a bit more as well as this game goes on into the second half. As you see Ollie Maskell there calling the first half. So our first half score, UWE Bullets 18, University of Nottingham 0. Tebs, thoughts on the first half?
I mean, this is sort of back to classic Bullets. If anyone thought that it was time to write the UWE Bullets off for the 25-26 championship race, I'm sorry to say that prediction is in the toilet. This is classic UWE Bullets. They need to get this flag game sorted out right now. Absolutely right now. University of Nottingham Gold, obviously having their starting QB not go out is causing some big problems for them. Run game is working. 18 points isn't massive for them, but I mean, it's going to be an interesting second half. Can the Nottingham Gold get back on form?
Yeah, and our stream, one of our sponsors today, brought to you by Elite Fives Football. I was a part of that first tournament, part of the winning side. You know, we've seen a couple of players today that were part of it as well. Joe McGovern at corner, Ethan Gretzinger, the quarterback, Quinton Wimmer, the receiver. Very successful, we won that. It's a cash prize tournament as well for university students. £3,500 tournament prize for the winning team split between them. I just think that it's a really nice twist on the game. It kind of bridges that gap between sort of flag football and contact football as well. You get a bit of a mixture of both. And I had really good fun playing it.
I mean, even on the sort of just observing it, it felt like a Pro Bowl. It felt like coming together of the community. Obviously, you know, there's some spats, you're playing a contact sport, but at the end of the day, it was just a very, very friendly atmosphere. I got to meet so many people that, you know, I've spoken to only online through British American Football. I was able to meet them at Elite Fives, and I can't wait for the university version to come around at the University of Surrey. So the Stingers, I'm sure, will have quite a large presence, or at least you'd hope so. And I know that some of the players that have been announced, we've got a large Burners contingent, obviously last year won by a Bristol contingent of the Hellhounds. So it's going to be an interesting one. I'm obviously going to be there. Yeah, I personally can't wait.
Yeah, it was a really well-run tournament the first time it was run. So they're also going to be sponsoring our MVP award, as we said earlier. We will be talking about that more in the second half. But half-time here at Shaftesbury Park. It is 18-0 to the University of the West of England Bullets against the Nottingham Gold. We'll see you in about 10 minutes' time for second half action.
Get industry ready. Get future ready.
It's having someone to support you, encourage you, and inspire you. That's mentorship done right. It's modern, industry standard kit.
Building skills.
Building confidence. That's facilities done right.
It's being relevant, having access, connections, and getting real experience. That's industry placements done right.
It's being inspired, given perspective and insight, and gaining a competitive edge. That's industry connections done right.
It's knowledge building, it's collaboration, it's practice, practice, practice. That's learning done right.
Get future ready. UWE Bristol, choose to do university right.
Hey, so I'm James and I am the boss at Ship Theory.
So we are a global shipping software. We essentially help brands of all sizes ship across globally, from sort of DIY homeware brands to fashion brands. Because we're a Bristol-based company, we like to give back to the community, and we have quite a few very avid, keen squash players here at Ship Theory.
Me and Mike have always played loads of sports, and we didn't get those opportunities when we were kids, so it's really cool to be involved in sports at the grassroots level and try and build something up.
We've got access to go and watch them play, meet the players, meet the coaches. It's just nice to be part of something local where we grew up. Seeing like world-class players wearing our logo is just a really cool thing. Like, there's obviously brand awareness, but it's just an awesome thing to be part of.
It's been amazing exposure for us. We've got a lot of Bristol-based brands, like the breweries and coffee companies, and a range of them that already use Ship Theory that have actually come to us and started using Ship Theory off the back of this sponsorship. But also because of the athletes, it means that we've had new business come to us through those channels, which has just been incredible, you know?
Alright, so I'm Ryan Robinson. I'm from Vienna, Virginia originally. I'm getting my master's in business psychology here at UWE.
There's two different types of modules. You have the core modules, and this gives you the essential skills you need to be a business psychologist. So in this, we look at business psychology essentials. We look at lots of different topics from a psychological point of view. There's researching organisations, where we look at how we conduct psychology research in organisations. Business basics, which is understanding the business context in which we work as psychologists. And there's the dissertation module, where you work one-to-one with a supervisor to develop and deliver research projects and write that up.
I had a background in business through my undergrad, and I had taken a few courses about psychology, and I always found it really interesting. So I thought that the pairing between business and psychology was fascinating to me and was really appealing.
Inside, dish it out. Robinson, open straight, check. Gets
The opportunity to play sport. On top of that, the university here is beautiful. The business school is brand new. Bristol itself is a vibrant city, so those were my main reasons. My experience has been very good so far. I've had the chance to connect with some classmates, do some study sessions and things like that. It definitely took a small adjustment period for me. I think in the States there was someone with me a lot more. Out here it's kind of more on my own, which is good. There's a lot of readings, which is definitely a difference, but overall it's been good.
So it's a blended learning approach. So there's a combination of face-to-face elements. So these include day-long workshops and also online elements. A lot of the modules, there'll be weekly online lectures which are pre-recorded and you can watch and engage with at any time you wish during the week. And there's core readings and some online activities for you to do as well.
Because it's a lot of self-study, I have a lot of time to get into the gym by myself, prepare for practice. I haven't found it too difficult to juggle the two. Getting a master's in business psychology opens up routes like consulting-based and HR management roles.
Do get in touch. I'm very happy to kind of meet up online, or if you have an email conversation, you've got any questions, do consider it. Also look at the Association for Business Psychology website, which will tell you a little bit more about business psychology as a discipline. But yeah, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you.
Come on.
Yay, well done.
How's it going? My name is Jadrian Clark. I'm originally from Lakeland, Florida.
The MVP trophy of the European League of Football Championship game.
Jadrian, it's your trophy.
I've been playing for the UWE Bullets for the 2023 and 24 season, current MVP and reigning champion of the BUCS League. Dan Mayer, the head coach, reached out to me all the way back in 2019, and I came over to Bristol when Hillside facility here was just finished being built and ran a camp for the guys here. And then ever since then, Coach Dan is just checking in with me regularly as I was playing professionally in Germany. And every year we just sort of talked about maybe possibly getting me to come over to do my master's. And this past season, we finally were able to make it happen. Yeah, so the NBA is something that I had always dreamed of achieving one day. And the university here has a great program. I obviously have a passion for football, but also entrepreneurship, and I've learned a ton being in an NBA program. So the marketing system is different. The teaching style is a little bit different. It's a really cool system. They got great resources here at the university to support you in your academic endeavors, and it's great. Yeah, I think that's been one of the highlights, is being around so many people that are so passionate about the game, even though we're in a foreign country to the game. Coach Dan obviously was a good player back in the day, and now has done an unbelievable job building up this program. Coach Frankie, a former offensive lineman that played professionally as well, and does a great job of building camaraderie with the guys and makes it fun. Even some of our, volunteer coaches, sort of like Coach Ramon, an American guy that came over that now lives in Bristol. Yeah, it's been a really awesome time to be around guys that are passionate about the game, and they do it for the love and fun of it. Man, there's so many. That's a tough one. Obviously, I'm half Irish, with my dad being from Ireland, and we got a guy on the team who's from Ireland as well. Had sort of been a career backup here for a couple of years at the university. Been playing DB, moved over to receiver, and I really, started growing to like the guy. His name's Max, and in a game, where he hadn't got much playing time, we brought him in, and we ran a little double move, and he scored his first touchdown ever of his career. He'd never even scored one in practice, so it was just cool to see a guy like that keep constantly working hard, being positive, and bringing so much enthusiasm to the team to finally get that payoff and reward of a touchdown. It's just, man, it's awesome. That's what football's all about. Yeah, it's awesome. We were a really close-knit group of guys this season. The bus rides are fun, hanging out at the dorms, going to classes together. It's really cool. Kind of getting that American and British camaraderie. I think kind of the turning point for us was early on in the season we had a couple bye weeks, and that is something that Coach Dan and Frankie and Coach T encouraged us to use our bye weeks to go and travel and go and see as much of the world as possible. So we hopped on Google Flights and just looked up where was a cheap place to go. We found 50-pound flights to Tenerife. It's in a Spanish island, somewhere warm. So we wanted to go down there and enjoy the beach. So I think about 10 of us went down there, and man, it was one of the coolest experiences of my life. We're swimming in nice water, going to beaches, having great meals, and we just became a really close group after that. Unbelievable. Obviously in the university system over here, it's not quite the same as the American university system, but UWE does a great job of trying to make it as close and as replicated as close as possible. We have our own private gym for the performance athletes. We have a nutritionist, as you said. We have a strength conditioning coordinator. We got a great media team, and we also have Emily, who for me was invaluable. I came into the season with a little bit of an injury from previously playing in Germany, as I was saying earlier, and she did an unbelievable job of supporting me throughout the season and giving me different therapies and different sessions to heal me up to close to 100% now. I think there's unbelievable opportunity here, because when you come play at UWE, especially in this second half of the season, we're the only place in the world still playing American football. So I think a lot of the teams in Europe sort of tune in and put their eyes on us and kind of see which players could be stand-up players for them come the summer after our season. Two of my receivers here went on to get professional contracts, and I think a few other guys might end up still getting signed. Bristol is very underrated. It's a city that I didn't know much about until I got here. Obviously you hear about London, Manchester, maybe Liverpool as an American, but I think Bristol's a hidden gem. It's got a lot going for it. It's got a good economy. It's got great food. It's got a great downtown area, great nightlife. So there's a ton to do here, and it's an awesome place to live. Yeah, take the leap. I mean, it's going to change your life forever. You're going to walk away with a master's degree, a postgraduate degree, which is going to set you up for success later on in life, while at the same time giving you an opportunity to continue playing the game that you love, and maybe potentially parlay that into a professional contract. So there's really no negatives. There's a ton of support staff to help you figure out a way to make it happen, and yeah, go for it.
Get industry ready. Get future ready.
It's having someone to support you, encourage you, and inspire you. That's mentorship done right. It's modern, industry standard kit.
Building skills.
Building confidence. That's facilities done right.
It's being relevant, having access, connections, and getting real experience. That's industry placements done right.
It's being inspired, given perspective and insight, and gaining a competitive edge. That's industry connections done right.
It's knowledge building, it's collaboration, it's practice, practice, practice. That's learning done right.
Get future ready. UWE Bristol, choose to do university right.
Hey, so I'm James, and I am the boss at Shipferry.
So we are a global shipping software. We essentially help brands of all sizes ship across globally, from sort of DIY homeware brands to fashion brands. Because we're a Bristol-based company, we like to give back to the community, and we have quite a few very avid, keen squash players here at Ship Theory.
Me and Mark have always played loads of sports, and we didn't get those opportunities when we were kids, so it's really cool to be involved in sports at the grassroots level and try and build something up.
We've got access to go and watch them play, meet the players, meet the coaches. It's just nice to be part of something local where we grew up. Seeing like world-class players wearing our logo is just a really cool thing. Like, there's obviously brand awareness, but it's just an awesome thing to be part of.
It's been amazing exposure for us. We've got a lot of Bristol-based brands, like the breweries and coffee companies, and a range of them that already use Ship Theory that have actually come to us and started using Ship Theory off the back of this sponsorship. But also because of the athletes, it means that we've had new business come to us through those channels, which has just been incredible, you know?
Alright, so I'm Ryan Robinson. I'm from Vienna, Virginia originally. I'm getting my master's in business psychology here at UWE.
There's two different types of modules. You have the core modules, and this gives you the essential skills you need to be a business psychologist. So in this, we look at business psychology essentials. We look at lots of different topics from a psychological point of view. There's researching organisations, where we look at how we conduct psychology research in organisations. Business basics, which is understanding the business context in which we work as psychologists. And there's the dissertation module, where you work one-to-one with a supervisor to develop and deliver research projects and write that up.
I had a background in business through my undergrad, and I had taken a few courses about psychology, and I always found it really interesting. So I thought that the pairing between business and psychology was fascinating to me and was really appealing.
Inside the shout, Robinson open straight check, gets it!
The opportunity to play sport. On top of that, the university here is beautiful. The business school is brand new.
Hello and welcome back to Shaftesbury Park. My name's Chris Green. If you're just joining us, I am joined by Tebs, my co-commentator. Current score, UWE Bullets 18, University of Nottingham Gold 0. Tebs, first half action, what do you think?
Well, I mean, the big news out of this game is that Knopp, the starting QB for the Nottingham Gold, is injured. I believe that they have taken him to A&E, as we do have the kickoff towards the Nottingham Gold, and it is going to be returned. Oh, and I mean, great ball security there from number 16 in the Gold, and a decent return for Nottingham.
Yeah, Babs Falloon on the return. He's been having some decent returns all game, really good in the run game as well. He's going to fire the offense, and now this backup quarterback, Cownley, is coming in to run this Gold offense. As you said, quarterback Tyler Drake Knopp out for the rest of the game. We send him our well wishes. We hope it's nothing too serious. Never like to see any player get injured on the field.
But I mean, Cownley has made some good throws. They have, you know, been able to, you know, get these short plays off, and that is what they're going to need here, because it doesn't seem like they are able to really have these big long plays that the UWE Bullets have had, as we start this second half off with a tackle for loss for the UWE Bullets.
Yeah, Mackenzie Ellis there on the tackle for loss for UWE. Big penetration up the middle. The replay coming up for you. You see him here, just come straight up the gut. And tackles Falloon right in the backfield. And he was going nowhere at the clutches of Ellis.
And I mean, Josh Shadipo was right there as well. I think maybe if he had a bit more broccoli as a kid, those arms get a bit longer, he could have claimed that tackle as his own. 2nd and 12 for the Gold.
Really nice defensive effort there from Josh East on the play. There's a low pass by Cownley trying to find his man in the hook zone, but Josh East is equal to it.
So 3rd and 12 now for the Gold. I mean, this game not really going the way that I think many people suspect. I know that on the predictions over at Depth Chart Sports, it was the Gold who were favoured to take this game, but right now at 18-0, the UWE Bullets proving everyone wrong so far.
Yeah, Cownley back out in the gun. Spread formation. Drop back to pass. In the pocket, and he's picked off! He's picked off! And that is picked off by number 4, Marlowe, for the UWE Bullets.
And he's another one of those ex-ELF players that have come over to the UWE Bullets, making an impact in this game.
Hey, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he was on the Philadelphia Eagles as well.
Hey, I just want to point out that ELF commentator, I have commentated his games whilst in the ELF, so I'm going to go with that. That's what's important to me right now.
Hey, Marlowe trying to come over there with a pick on the stream. He's probably going to give him his mic there.
I mean, I did not let him take it. He's most certainly could have had the mic if he wanted it.
Yeah, Alex Eden now on the carry for the Bullets, and he's going to get stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Trying to squeeze out right, but no gain on the play. Second down.
The thing is, I've had mics before, and players have come up to me and requested to say something on stream, and then their coaches have been very angry with me that I let them give them the mic. So I will iron grip this mic just so Dan Mayer, who won't have a go at me afterwards, and that's really what this is all about, is making sure that Dan Mayer doesn't have a go at me.
Yeah, Franklin Jr. down there on the play. I think he is head in his hands because he thought he was going to run that back to the crib. Gretzinger back to pass, he finds his man Wimmer in the flats, he makes a man miss, makes another man miss, but that's a great tackle there from the man that we said about in pre-game, Jalen Todd, one of the best defenders in the country right now for the Gold.
So he's starting that play 1 yard behind the sticks. They're going to now have a third, I'm going to say 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Wimmer just coming off the field there.
Looks like he's got something in his eye, I think. Or maybe his nose. This is his nose.
Yeah, and a bit of discomfort. Maybe Physio's just having a little look at his face.
Gretzinger drops back. He's going to scramble up here. There is some space for Gretzinger. He's going to have a first down and a bit more. And he goes into the contact and then goes out of bounds as Chris Greener shakes his head.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see for your starting quarterback there. Just taking the defender on head on. Goodwin Lyon there at number 30. There we go on the replay. Gretzinger, great scramble. Going out to right, decides to not go out of bounds, takes a shot.
I tell you what though, the thing is with Gretzinger is he looked at that defender and he made the choice to go, nah, you can have some of this.
You could see him laughing on the stream for his helmet there as well. Got to protect your quarterback. Anyway, Gretzinger, he's fine. And he's in the shotgun, trips to the left. Single receiver up top, making adjustments at the line. Ready to run this offense. Waits for the snap. And it is a handoff to Alex Eden, who is tackled for a short gain on the play.
Going to be a gain of 2 on that run play there by Eden for the Bullets. Could be some miscommunication there between Clark and Gretzinger, but he's going to get his offense set and ready to go for this 2nd and 8 attempt.
Yeah, trips again to the bottom. Gretzinger back to pass. Good protection. He steps up. Going to scramble, but takes a big shot in the back. Big number 99 for the Nottingham Gold on the tackle.
Looks like they're going to have it down the middle, to my eye.
Yeah, it was a big tackle by Declan Hutchinson there.
3rd and 6 now for UWE. Whatever was up with Quinton has been fixed, or he's ignoring it as he's back in on the right-hand side.
Yeah, spread now for the Bullets. He's on the boundary side up top. And Gretzinger in the gun. Hands this one off.
And spinning into a tackle there. Brings up a 4th. I think it may even be a tackle for loss.
Yeah, Simon Olafo on the carry there.
UWE not changing their personnel for this 4th down, which means they are going to be going for it. Would you say that's 6 yards they need for a 1st down, Green?
Yeah, it's about 6 yards, I'd say, give or take. Empty formation for UWE. Gretzinger back to pass, looks for a man, then he flags on the field. Josh Brees is the intended receiver, but no flags. And that is going to be turned over on downs by UWE. Gretzinger there, mimicking the flag. Thinks that there probably should have been a PI call there. Let's take a look at the replay. Yeah, he is holding him. I think that's PI for me.
I mean, when it's over the shoulder, and unfortunately, you see it in the NFL. You know, you wear the colour gloves of your opponent's jersey. Be nice if we had that in UWE Ball, but not quite. So fresh set of downs here. Turnover for the Nottingham Gold.
Yeah, Gold in the spread formation. Here's a run to Fraser, off to the left-hand side, but he is stopped in his tracks. Micah Berra there, one of the men in on the tackle.
There's going to be a tackle for loss here. UWE Bullets very much putting a vice grip on here now.
There's a funny story in the NFL as well. He talked about the colour of the gloves. It's about Julian Edelman. It was Bill Belichick. And Julian Edelman, if you know, used to wear those bright red gloves. And he used to get caught for holding sometimes. And Belichick's like, those damn red gloves. He used to hate them, but yeah.
And as much as I'm a Dolphins fan, he should have gone into the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. Come on,
yeah,
guys.
He should have, yeah. No doubt. And another run for Fraser. Not much there, maybe 2-3 yards on the carry.
I think it's going to be 3 yards, maybe past the original line of scrimmage by 2 yards here, so a 3rd and 8 attempt. Obviously, when not put in, he made some spectacular plays on 3rd down for the Gold. It just begs the question, can Cownley do it as well?
Yeah, Cownley in the shotgun.
Bit of a low snap. Cownley's going to take himself and just fires one. And over the head of number 80.
Yeah, Tony Anderson and Marlo Sean Franklin Jr., 2 defensive backs there. Probably the 2 best defensive backs on this team in their area, and I wouldn't want to be throwing their way.
So 4th and 8 here for the Gold. Punting unit coming on.
UWE. Apologise for that. Somebody on one of our field mics. Showing their support for UWE.
And that ball settles bang on the UWE 40-yard line. Just shy of midfield here for UWE in this 3rd quarter. Can't imagine too much is remaining. Now, not that it should impact either of these teams, seeing as how they do play in England. They have got it. Has taken a bit of a cold snap here in Bristol. It was actually fairly pleasant earlier, but thank God that it is still bare minimum dry.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you don't want the rain to come, but I think it's going to be okay. It looks quite bright here still. Obviously, the sun gone away, and Gretzinger hands this one off to his running back. Simon on the carry. Gain of about 2. 2nd down and 8.
The weather's nice today, but maybe not tomorrow. We do know that in the National Premiership, Durham are taking on Loughborough. And, you know, Loughborough obviously do need to win that game, but they've got a showdown with Leeds Beckett next week, where if they lose by a touchdown and an extra point, they will go into that promotion relegation game as this is run up the side for a UWE Bullets first down.
Yeah, good pursuit from Jack Redhead there to save the touchdown, I think, because I don't think anyone else was out in front of him. Tackles Simon from behind, but nice run here. As you see the replay, just gets outside that edge defender. And a nice first down for the running back.
The implementation of the National Premiership play, I think, paying dividends, especially this year. Been exciting football from, you know, week 1 all the way up until now. We've only got 1 week left of the regular season, and next week, as Gretzinger drops back, got some time, but is swarmed in the pocket as he tries to climb for a big loss.
Yeah, pocket just collapsing around him there. Couldn't find an open receiver, tried to get up and out, but the Gold defensive line made great contain, squished that pocket down. Really nice for them. It's going to bring up second down for UWE. Second and about, it's about a loss of about 6 there, so second and 16. Gretzinger now trips to his right. In the gun, drops back. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. That's a big loss. And what a play by the Gold defense there, just swarming him and dropping him right back.
I mean, Gold defense showing up. There's still time in this game. It's not over by a long shot, but the Nottingham Gold need more plays like that, as I'm sure the UWE Bullets, I was about to say I'm sure the UWE Bullets are gonna, it's third down, my mistake, so I thought it was fourth. I was like, they're not bringing on their punting unit. This is madness. As we're joined by a very thin and slight Frankie Pankhurst, and it's going to be a run up the middle.
Alex Eden on the carry. Short gain. It's going to bring up a UWE punt.
Frankie, what's your thoughts? Well, I'm not going to repeat that. So just imagine he said something insightful, something, you know, really analytical about this game so far. If you can imagine that in your head, that's what Frankie Pankhurst, the former OC of the Bullets, just said. Punt away for the UWE Bullets.
Yeah, it takes a lovely UWE roll. Roll, UWE roll. Down to about the 15-yard line. Lovely punt from Josh Gill.
And so, I mean, great there from the University of Nottingham Gold defence, being able to get him all the way back there, force the UWE Bullets to punt. Once again, the offence comes onto the field. Can they get that momentum back that they have with Nob? I know we've said it for every offensive drive here for the University of Nottingham Gold, but at the end of the day, that's what they need to do to come away with a victory and send the UWE Bullets on the road come the playoffs.
Yeah, man in motion for Gold. Clowney takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. Elude gets a short gain. Bring up second down for the Gold offense. And again, making positive plays on the run game. Gold now, 2nd and 6. Cownley in the shotgun. Hands off again to Falud. Short gain, maybe just back to line of scrimmage, maybe a yard on the play. Gold sticking with the run here, not trusting Cownley right now, probably on third down. You're probably looking at a passing down here, Tebs.
I mean, they're getting, you know, 4 or 5 yards on that first initial burst. UWE Bullets sort of settle in, and then, you know, when it comes to third down, they're expecting a pass. I mean, It's classic football strategy at the end of the day, and the UWE Bullets are aware of that, and they're able to really close this vice in more. 5 yards to go here for the gold. Cowley's going to fire it, looking deep, and it is picked off again by the UWE Bullets. And there is some space on the left-hand side. Jumps over an O-lineman, jumps round him, and breaks one and brought down.
This time Tony Anderson on the pick, number 0 for the Bullets. And a really nice return from him as well.
And I mean, those whistles would suggest there's a flag on the play, but that's the second drive, offensive drive in a row for the Nottingham Gold that is going to end with an interception.
Yeah, obviously signs showing here there is a flag down on the field. Referees just having a conversation. But really nice from Tony Anderson there. Read that well, got up really high. He's one of the taller DBs of the Bullets. Able to take that one out of the air. We're going to hear from Ollie Maskell.
Period. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Nottingham, number 4. That's a half-distance enforcement to the goal line. First down, UWE.
Big penalty there against Jonathan Mbafano.
And I mean, we've said it how damaging they've been for UWE, but after an interception to then have to give up even more yardage on an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, and the replay here, here's Cownley, looks for a man to his left. Tony Anderson's the only one there, anywhere near that ball. And good return from him. See if we can see any of the afters after this play's over. There was an unsportsmanlike conduct foul. Not sure what went on, but nothing there, but great play by Tony Anderson.
So we're going to lock back in here. Great field position, of course, for the UWE Bullets, and it's going to be a handoff. And some good yardage gain there. He keeps on fighting, running with his back towards the Nottingham goal. And that is going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah, it looks like first and goal now for UWE.
Hang on.
Second and short.
A second and very short. Come on, guys.
And he's in for the touchdown. Run play to the right-hand side. That happened in a flash. They got up to the line, snapped that ball. Simon Olafa with the touchdown.
And now this game is definitely not going the way I expected. I really thought this would be a back and forth battle, but it's turning into a bit of, as you said at the start, a St. Valentine's Day massacre for the UWE Bullets, who have found their footing after a very poor performance last week against Durham.
Yeah, it's the bounce back game that they wanted so far, and there's still another quarter of football to play, but Gretzinger going for the 2-point try. Finds his man, Quinton Wimmer, over the middle for 2. It's the first 2-point conversion today for UWE. Something that they've been a bit lackluster on this season, I feel.
Especially when, you know, the teams around them in the National Prem, they're aware that the UWE Bullets, they're going to go for 2. It's not so much of a surprise anymore. So it doesn't surprise me that the teams have locked in, and the UWE Bullets have only managed to get 1 so far this game. But Quinton Wimmer manages to add an extra 2 points to the UWE Bullets record here. 26-0 versus the Nottingham Gold.
Yeah, and you know, like you say, it wasn't what we both expected this game to be, but when you lose your starting quarterback, you know, alarm bells are ringing straight away, and it's a big loss. You know, they are the pinpoint of the offense. They are the captain of the ship, and when you lose a player like that, it's going to be a little bit daunting for your offense.
Especially when you consider that UWE Bullets, their regular season after today is done. They haven't got to worry. Nottingham Gold, on the other hand, they've got to play Durham next week. It could end up being, you know, 2 weeks of nightmarish football here for Nottingham Gold, but they have obviously got a week between now and Durham. But obviously this game still not finished yet, but 26-0. I mean, that's a difficult hill to climb, and we've got these 12-minute quarters. That ball is UFOing out the back of the end zone.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns now. I mean, there isn't many teams that can come back from a 4-touchdown deficit, especially when we're late in the 3rd quarter, going into the 4th quarter. I mean, the only person I've seen do it as close enough is Tom Brady in the Super Bowl against the Atlanta Falcons when they were 28-3 down.
Who's Tom Brady? No, I'm joking.
Only the GOAT.
Only the GOAT. Yeah, Nottingham. I try and put it across that there's catharsis in scoring some points here, but it's been a difficult road for them, and I just hope that when it comes to next week, and I know that I'm overlooking a quarter left to play here, but Nottingham Gold, they maybe thought that now is the time to strike on UWE, but you're absolutely right. This is the game that the UWE Bullets wanted. It's a game that they needed, I think.
Yeah, and Gold, obviously, if that is a serious injury to their quarterback, you see Cownley passing out to his receiver on the right. Big receiver, number 80, for the Gold. Makes a nice catch and run after the play, but with their starting quarterback down, if it is anything serious and he is out for a period of time, when they play against Durham in a few weeks, you've got to think that Durham are probably going to get the win. And, you know, that's going to put the Gold at 5-3.
And that would, I mean, the semi-finals, you're going to be looking at, unless Loughborough lose to Leeds Beckett next week by 7 points, you're going to be having Loughborough travelling up to Durham, and a semi-final matchup. Obviously, there is a fair bit of time between the end of the season and the first round of the National Premiership playoffs. Maybe that's enough time for not to come back, for the Nottingham Gold having to travel down here to Bristol once again. But I mean, that's the ideal scenario here for the Nottingham Gold.
Yeah, as you just heard Ollie Maskell there said, end of the third quarter, it is a 4-score game. You got to feel that, you know, there's probably all she wrote here. I know there's a whole quarter of football to go, but UWE have looked dominant so far on offense and defense. They just need to tighten up that discipline, and we've said about this a few times now, but it is going to hurt them down the stretch if they can't clean up these penalties.
And it's strange, isn't it? I think it may just be the UWE Bullets. I'm sure some players think that they're untouchable, but I think this year it's proven that the UWE Bullets can be mortal. Obviously, we've up in the VIP section here at Shaftesbury Park, where there's a great sort of historical retrospective room for the UWE Bullets, and you can see back to some of their seasons of pure dominance, because I would say that this season you can't really say that the Bullets have been dominant throughout, but they have been in this game, let's be honest. Ball is away, and it is
another interception. Yeah, Joe McGovern on the pick. I don't know who Cownley was throwing that to, but nobody there but Joe McGovern with the interception. And yeah, as you said, the room upstairs, we were able to go and have a look at that before, and they've done such a good job, the backroom staff here at the Bullets, to put on that display. It's just really professional up there. You know, they've got the rings on display, they've got all the championships on display, the trophies are up there,
I don't know what you're talking
jerseys.
about, rings on display. I'm having to do this commentary basically blinded by Greener's 2 UWE Bullets rings that he's currently got on. So I mean, look at those. Look at those. Those. I mean, I'm a fan of this one here. I like.
The black one's my favourite.
That's my favourite as well.
I'm a little bit gutted I didn't get the other two as well. Obviously, coaching the UWE Bullets. I've not been coaching this season. Taking time out. Obviously, getting the birth of my firstborn son.
Congratulations.
He's 5 weeks old tomorrow, so I've had a lot on my plate so far. But it's great to see that this UWE team are still thriving and doing well. And that's a great swarming play by the Nottingham Gold defence. They've definitely not given up.
I mean, you've got to be impressive with the Gold defence. They have not given up. There's still hope. But 3 offensive drives for the Nottingham Gold in a row end in an interception. It looks like the stat line of the UWE Bullets not losing 2 back-to-back games since the 2016-2017 season to Cardiff and Exeter. That may stand here if this keeps on going.
Yeah, I think that is going to stand still. And UWE just looking to close out this game injury-free as Gretzinger is back to pass again. Nobody open, he's getting chased down, and what a play, the ball on the ground. Is that a fumble?
I mean, the Nottingham Gold certainly think so. We're going to have to wait for the referees to give us a point. And just as you're saying, we want to end this game injury-free. That's one thing you don't want to see if you are a Bristol Aztec or a UWE Bullet, and that's Gretzinger being taken to the ground.
Yeah, 45, David Obembe on the tackle, and we're going to hear from Ollie Maskell
Is that the player was down prior to the ball becoming loose.
No, that's not true.
They're really lucky for the UWE Bullets there. I think that could have gone either way.
Where we heard a Nottingham Gold player coming through Ollie Maskell's mic there saying, you just know that's not true. But as we said, you know, these calls, they go both ways sometimes.
Yeah, here's the replay. Yeah, I think he probably was just down by contact.
You know what, I take back what I said, he was definitely down by contact. So, I mean, third and a plane with a bus journey attached to it. Either way you can go.
Yeah, being conservative here, the jet sweep for Eduardo Carucci on the jet sweep. Short gain, and we're going to see a UWE punt.
It feels as though the Bullets offense have sort of taken their foot off the gas. I can understand it to an extent, considering that, you know, your defense hasn't really been on the field that long, due to the fact that they've had 3 interceptions in the last 3 drives. And the Nottingham Gold defense has very much pounced on that, but at the end of the day, it's still the UWE Bullets up by 26.
Yeah, the UWE offense, they played well today. They've had a few game-breaking plays, a few splash plays. You know, Quinton Wimmer with a few circus catches today. Josh Brees with a couple of touchdowns. They played really well. The only thing that's hurt them really is just the penalties. And a nice UWE roll for Josh Gill on the punt. It is down. It's going to be in Nottingham's half, and they will take over.
I mean, just in front of us, there seems to be Ethan Gretzky's got something going on with his hand. Not what you want to see. Looks like there is some blood, but it doesn't look too bad, or at least if you're a Bristol-based American football player, you certainly hope not.
Yeah, maybe we see Quinton Wimmer back there at quarterback. We saw him against Durham Saints slinging a few balls towards the end of that game, just to protect Gretzinger, but Cownley now hands this one off to Falud.
And I mean, flag immediately comes out. Looked like a free play there.
Yeah, so that's either going to be an illegal formation or an offside. Usually when that side judge throws that flag late after the snap.
Well, legal formation. To me, anyway, I was looking at that referee because I saw that movement on the stream. It looked like he was searching for that flag and couldn't quite find it on the first grab.
Offside. Defense number 43. That's a 5-yard penalty, and we'll repeat. First down.
I love it when I get it right.
So 5 yards there for the Nottingham Gold.
It's showing 2nd and 5 on the down marker, but it should be 1st and 5. They accepted that penalty, and it is a pitch. Falud on the sweep, gains maybe about 2-3 yards.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if anyone picks up on that and they switch this over to 3rd down. I mean, I've seen it before, you know, in this sport. Sometimes someone will get a 5th down somehow. I've seen it not many times. Yep, it's 3rd down.
Yeah, I think they've got it wrong. It must be 2nd down. I can't see them declining that penalty for the run.
No. I'm sure someone will have a word, but...
Well, I kind of want this to be stopped to see what happens if it is 3rd or 4th down.
We might have it wrong over in the commentary table. Cownley drops back, and it gets it. It's a 1st down. Being pushed back there. Trying to rip it out as well, but unable to get it done.
We will never know is the answer to that question.
Damn.
I'm going to say I was right because it was offside and they would have accepted the penalty.
That's fine. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Green is always right.
I may not always be right, but I'm never wrong.
He's wearing shorts and it's cold, but you don't feel the cold.
I do not. I am a PE teacher by trade. So an unwritten rule, we have to wear shorts all year round.
I mean, you know, considering that I'm wearing a suit and I'm very cold. My knees are locking up. That could be because I'm old. But a fresh set of downs for Nottingham. Let's stop talking about us. There's still football to play, and it's going to be a run until the left-hand side. There is a gap there, and a decent run there from the Nottingham Gold.
I think it's the first time the Gold have been in that formation, a real tight bunch formation on both sides. And good run from Falud there, good blocking up front. This offensive line from the Gold have played well today.
You know, I know that it's a case of, you know, wishful thinking, but I would love to have seen this game, if not was able to, you know, stay in this. I think this game would be a lot closer, but I'll just have to dream about it when I put my head to the pillow tonight.
Yeah, it would have been. I'm quite annoyed that obviously he's picked up that injury. It's such a shame because this one shaped up to be such a good game. There's Cowley, back to pass, he scrambles to the right, he's going for a deep ball, but nobody there.
Just underthrown there. I mean, I think there was some space to get that ball complete, but just not enough juice on that ball.
Yeah, third down coming up for the Gold offense.
And I mean, they're staying out there. They've got 4 yards to go to a first down. Oh, sorry, third. No, it's a third down. Sorry, I thought it was. My brain completely shut down there when you were talking. Gonna be a run this time up the middle. Looks like there's space for a first down, and it certainly is for the Gold.
Yeah, nice run from Fraser. Looks like he's got enough for the first down for Gold. Really positive drive from the Gold so far. Looking to get rid of this goose egg off the scoreboard. Tackle there by Leon Kosowicz and Tony Anderson, converging on Fraser.
So down at the 25 are the Nottingham Gold, in good position.
Yeah, Gold in the gun. Cownley delaying the snap.
Meesball Marlashon creeping up there. He's going to come anyway and break through and just throws it away.
Yeah, that's a really nice play. He showed his hand early, Marlashon Franklin Jr. Put Cownley under a lot of pressure, and he does the smart thing and just throws it away. Obviously outside the pocket, he's just got to get that ball past the line of scrimmage, which he does. And Gold, 2nd and 10 for the Gold.
And I mean, a wide open lane there. The running back couldn't quite get to Marlashon there, forcing Cownley to come away and throw that ball out of bounds for a 2nd and 10 for the University of Nottingham Gold.
Yeah, bunch formation, tight bunch to the left. It is a pitch to Fraser. It's great contained from a bearer, forces him back inside where all his defenders are. Lots of players converging. Loxley Burt Jr. among those.
And he running into one of his own players there who was pushed back into him, but good adjustment to be able to even just go for those few extra yards. And managing to get the Gold back to the line of scrimmage for a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, 3rd and 10 for Cownley and the Gold. Cownley in the gun. Play action. And there is number 10, Loxley Burt Jr. with the sack. And he does a little jig after the play, and why not? Big play from the linebacker.
And you could see there for Cownley, he was hoping that there was enough time for him to throw that ball away whilst getting brought down to the ground. You saw him readying it, but just unable to get it away. And that is going to bring up a 4th, and I'm going to say 22?
A mile.
An absolute mile.
And obviously the Gold offense has got to stay out here. There's no point punting this one away. You're chasing a game. Got around about 5 minutes left. Obviously our clock here on the stream unofficial, but approximately 5 minutes left to play.
I mean, the Gold having a big long chat about this play. And I mean, why not? You need to put some points on the board here, and you need to obviously get the onside afterwards. You need to keep on going, and it looks as though there is going to be a timeout called by the Gold.
Called by Nottingham at 4 minutes 10. That is their first time out of the half.
Yeah, I did think they were taking a long time in the huddle. Obviously, they must have had a plan to call a timeout there. But yeah, Gold electing to take the timeout on 4th and a mile.
So as we're, you know, getting down to the final minutes of this game, we've got an MVP award sponsored by Elite 5's UWE Bullets coming your way on April 18th at the University of Surrey. You can head over to their Instagram to be able to sign up for a chance to be in this. I mean, the more the merrier. You sign up with a group of your friends from UWE Bullets. You have to be a student. It's the UWE Bullets one, if you can believe that. You do have to be a student. So right now we've got some great players who have already signed up from, I mean, I know we've got some players from Hallam, from Lancashire, and obviously from the Burners as well. That is coming your way on April 18th.
Yeah, and this is the trophy that the winner of our MVP today, sponsored by Elite 5s, will be receiving.
I wish I had one of those.
And a deep pass down the right-hand side, almost intercepted, but I think that's a smart play from the UWE defence not to pick that off. Joe McGovern and Tony Anderson both there on the coverage. You know, because if you do pick that off, you lose a ton of yardage. Very smart to bat that down.
I was going to say, like, it seems like so maybe one player's going for an interception, then you have to DB your own player, make sure that ball hits the floor. As the offense for the UWE Bullets comes onto the field, probably with 4 minutes. Yeah, we've got 4:50 or 3:58 on the clock.
Yeah, it'll be interesting how they play cool these last few minutes of this game. Are they going to look to protect Gretzinger, just hand the ball off 3 times, try and get a first down or punt that away?
And I mean, this is it, right? They've got a long break between now and the playoffs, do the UWE Bullets. Nottingham Gold do not have that luxury.
Yeah, there's a flag, delay game.
On the offense, that's a 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
Yeah, delay game on the offense. Just a bit slow getting onto the field. So again, penalties. Story of the day for UWE, as it was against the Durham Saints last week.
I mean, that's the takeaway again this week, is a cleaning up of operations for the Bullets is needed come the postseason.
And a handoff to Alex Eden, who gets a great gain on the ground. And is there another flag down yet? Another flag by the line of scrimmage. Looks like a hold. I think this one's coming back.
Offense number 59, 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, first down.
Yeah, holding again, as we were just talking about. Penalty is another penalty against the UWE offense. I mean, what do you do as a team to practice against that? Like, holding and stuff. Like, just got to be more disciplined.
I mean, with the UWE Bullet staff, there's got to be someone who is basically a consistency coordinator. They need to make sure that they're not doing, even if it's the hard truths, even if you've got players yelling in your face, hey, that wasn't a hold. If there's even a slight thought that it could be, you need to tighten up ship. And it's strange coming from the UWE Bullets, who have been the best team in Uniball over the last 4 years. And right now, in 2026, you can't really say that anymore, with Durham currently being on top of the national prem.
Yeah, Jamal Clark there on the reception from Gretzinger. It's going to be second down in about 18, 19. Gretzinger again, back to pass. Finds his man, it's Alex Eden, the running back on the screen. Really nice play design. And close to a first down.
I mean, the UWE Bullets and the Nottingham Gold has been, let's be honest, the rivalry in British University American football over these last few years. So for it to go this way so far, I'm sure the UWE Bullets would love to keep this.
Can I just say the hustle from the lineman there, Braden Bryce out in front, blocking for Eden, just scrambling down the field. He's quite short in stature. You see him there at right guard, but the hustle from him on that play was great. And Gretzinger again looks to pass, and he is going to be sacked.
Doesn't look happy with it, so the punting unit coming on. I think it's an unnecessary risk now. We've seen Gretzinger get sacked a fair bit in this fourth quarter. I say, even though there's a good chunk of time between now and the playoffs, I think let's just have Gretzinger sit this one out.
Yeah, so we've got to start having a conversation
2-minute
about
warning.
2-minute warnings left. 2 minutes left on the clock. So we've got to have a conversation about our Elite Fives MVP award. A couple of standout players, I think, nominations-wise. You've got the likes of Gretzinger, throwing 3 touchdowns. You've got Josh Brees, who scored 2 touchdowns. You've got Quinton Wimmer with a 2-point conversion from circus catches. You've got Marlon Franklin Jr. with an interception. You've got Tony Anderson with an interception. You've got Joe McGovern with an interception. So a few standout players. So we'll have a little think. Probably going to award it to one of those guys in the coming minutes of the end of this game.
And a bit of a sky punt. We saw last week against Durham, the UWE Bullets punting unit, maybe not as polished as they'd like. Not been a problem up until that punt right there. But at the end of the day, the UWE Bullets are going to be taking home a victory on Valentine's Day. I'm sure they maybe wanted, presents, some chocolates and flowers, but no, you're going to get a W.
Yeah, so the goal, and Cownley out. See if they can try and get some points on the board.
I mean, that's what they're playing for right now, to not have a Valentine's Day shutout.
Yeah, Cownley hands off to Fallu, but he is going to be stopped dead in his tracks by number 66.
And I tell you what, the UWE Bullets proving, at the very least, that they have got the moves. There's a lot of players dancing today. Maybe, maybe they're going out. It is Valentine's Day. Go to, do they still do traffic light parties? Maybe I'm too old, Greener. Maybe it's passed me by.
I'm too old for that now. But I do have a week off. It is half term, so.
So basically that means Greener's not coming home tonight. That's what it means.
Don't think my partner would be very happy with that, with a newborn baby.
No, definitely not.
Incomplete pass by Cownley, looking for his man over the middle.
So that's going to stop the clock. We've got it down as a minute flat.
And Cownley back to the huddle. Now an instruction from his coordinator. Got empty formation. Twins to the right. Twins to the left. Trips to the right. Cownley awaiting this one in the gun. Takes the snap and goes out for his man. He's got a man, Ezzy, and he makes the catch. What a pitch and grab by Cownley to his man, Emmanuel Ezzy, on the grab. I think that's probably the biggest play of the game for the goal.
I mean, they keep this up with, sub a minute left, and they could be leaving this game without having a shutout on their record.
It's a really nice ball from Cownley to find his man right on the sideline. And Gold now trying to get some points on the board, trying to avoid this shutout. In the motion, Cownley takes a snap. It's going to be a handoff to Falloud. Gets a little bit of running room, but he's stopped in his tracks and swung down. And I think the timeout's called. Or is that the end of the game? And that is it. That is all she wrote, and the Nottingham Gold are shut out on the day. Final score here at Shaftesbury Park, UWE Bullets 26, University of Nottingham Gold 0. Tebs.
I mean, when you look at that scoreline and that entire game last week against Durham, this is exactly the game the UWE Bullets needed to really close that narrative that something is awry here at the University of the West of England. And with a shutout victory, 26-0 over the Nottingham Gold, you can turn around and say that the narrative of the University of the West of England Bullets is looking up. They will be having a home playoff game when the National Premiership playoffs come about. Most likely a rematch with the University of Nottingham Gold.
Yeah, it's quite likely that it is going to be a rematch with the University of Nottingham Gold, and stellar performance from this offence at UWE and the defence. 3 interceptions for the Bullets defence today and 26 points for the offence. Standout performances: Josh Brees, Quinton Wimmer, Ethan Gretzinger, 3 standouts on the offence today. And we've just got to decide who's going to be our Elite 5's MVP of the game. We will get a post-match interview with that person.
I mean, we've had some great performances here. To touch back on the rematch that is most likely going to happen here in Bristol between these two teams, we do hope that it will be not the starting quarterback for the University of Nottingham that will be playing in that game. Obviously, we're unsure of his injury, but he went down early in the game.
Yeah, just some highlights from the game. Here we see Gretzinger looking for Josh Brees, who opened the scoring today. Runs down that right-hand side for the touchdown. Gretzinger again, showing another replay of that Brees touchdown. Lovely ball to him down that right-hand side.
I mean, we're definitely going to have to really deep this when it comes to who we're going to have for our MVP. Obviously, we've had some spectacular catches from Quinton Wimmer, Ethan Gretzinger as well, having a bounce-back game. But for me, it's going to be Brees, very much the backbone of this offense, getting some touchdowns. Yeah. For me, he's walking away with this trophy if it's a pick for me.
Yeah, and there is Josh Brees again on the touch, the second touchdown of the game. Gretzinger finds him at the front of the end zone for the score, and he was wide open on that one.
I mean, my pick is Brees for this lovely Elite 5s. Well, this MVP trophy brought to you by Elite 5s 2.
Yeah, and here we go, some of the defensive highlights. The interception from Marshawn Franklin Jr. Cownley, he started off with a bit of good promise, but when you're chasing a game, it is difficult. 3 interceptions on the day for him.
And I mean, 3 interceptions on 3 back-to-back drives. I mean, when it comes to interceptions, being able to sort of get it done there for UWE and very much close down the game, those 3 interceptions from those 3 different UWE players is what sealed it for them.
Yeah, it did, and there's another one from Tony Anderson on the highlights package there. Just went up and got that one, and like you say, yeah, I mean, it's unforgivable, isn't it? 3 back-to-back interceptions, but you've got to feel for the backup quarterback, probably not prepared to come in today. You know, he did an all right job when he came in. He made some good throws, but then obviously a bit inconsistent with the overthrows and interceptions that he threw.
Even towards the end of the game, it was looking a little bit better, looking slightly better for him, but at the end of the day, like, this is, as I said at the start of the game, this is the Michigan versus Ohio State of British University American football, and the UWE Bullets soundly defeat there. I do still think a lot of yards and points were left on the table here for the UWE Bullets. They still need to clean up. They still need to clean up operations, but most likely their next game is going to be against the University of Nottingham Gold, whilst the University of Nottingham Gold next week have to take on the current #1 team in the country, and that is the Durham Saints.
Yeah, Nottingham Gold have got a tall task ahead of them, especially probably without starting quarterback Tyler Drake Knopp. He's gone to hospital again. We wish him our best. And just looking back at this game as well, not just a great matchup between the two teams, but also the uniforms. I mean, it's got to be the best two uniforms matchup of the season in any university game.
Well, considering that everyone hates that I love the University of Sussex uniform, there are some great kit clashes, but I mean, what I like about these ones is that they're both unique, and some teams don't. But who are we talking about unique uniforms without talking about the
suit you're wearing?
No, the dazzling blue of the Bristol Aztecs. My favourite one's the blue. What's your favourite Bristol Aztecs combination?
I think I like the blue as well. I think the blue looks fire. I mean, all three of those uniforms are going off on a bit of a tangent here, but obviously you'll see some of these UWE Bullets playing for the Bristol Aztecs this year as they look to defend their first ever BritBull National Championship. Also in the CEFL as well again this year. Playing here, all our home games at Shaftesbury Park at this venue. You know, if you've enjoyed watching this game today, you know, try and head down for some of those games. It'd be great if the UWE Bullets could play some more games here, maybe next year, even if it's just the last home game of the season. But yeah, it's been a great atmosphere for today's game. Okay, and as the game goes to a close, we are now joined by our Elite Fives MVP winner of the day, Josh Brees, 2 touchdowns. There's your trophy, buddy. That is yours to keep. Josh, the game for you today, you know, excellent performance from you. What is it that UWE have got to do now moving into playoffs to keep this kind of train rolling?
We just got to stack days. I mean, after the loss, you know, last week, you know, we got together, we made a plan. We decided we're going to spend an extra day together with each other, you know. Typically we only have 2 days of practice, but now we added a Wednesday. So another Wednesday, got the guys together. We're coming more and more of a family. You can see it on the field. We're playing for each other, playing with a lot more energy than we have in the past. So I love it, and we're going to keep it up. And like I said, keep stacking those days.
What is it? We've talked a lot about this on the stream as well. The same against the Saints last week and this week. Penalties becoming a little bit of a problem for you guys. What is it you guys have got to do to try and clean up that mess?
We're just going to hold each other accountable. I mean, like, that's the main thing. Like, we can only do but so much with energy. We have to play with poise. We have to play with confidence. We have to play with know what we're doing. And when we do that, the penalties will go away. So that's something we're going to work on.
So between now and the start of the National Premiership playoffs, there's quite a large gap. How are the UWE Bullets going to keep fresh and keep momentum on their side?
I think we're going to take a little break, you know, celebrate, you know, take the days as we are, and, you know, and I just think as soon as it's time to get back to work, we're going to be locked in and ready to go.
Okay, well, Josh Brees, congratulations on winning our Elite Fives MVP award. You go and celebrate with your teammates. That trophy is yours to keep, and congratulations and good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
And that was Josh Brees there, our Elite Fives MVP. Just as we start to close out the show, closing comments, Tubbs?
I mean, I'm really going to have to think about this. I do think that the narrative coming in, we spoke about it on the UWE show, that the loss last week was such a bad game from UWE. To come back in here and realistically look like the UWE Bullets, that had people worried about them breaking the Hertfordshire Hurricanes record. They've now got it. They're looking good again. As I've said, I do think there's an issue with the break that could cause them some problems, but at the end of the day, this game is for them to not go on that long journey back up to Durham. They're going to be hosting a playoff game instead, and that, I think, most likely is going to be the key factor in the UWE Bullets playing in Loughborough on March 24th.
Yeah, and just a quick shout out to all our sponsors as we finish: TeamBuildr, PlayOverseas, EP Sports, and of course Elite Fives, our Elite Fives MVP winner Josh Brees. So just from me and the team here, thank you very much also to CheersMate Productions, always put on a quality show for us. But for now, our final score here, UWE Bullets 26, Nottingham Gold 0. It's goodbye from me, Chris Green, and Tabs.
and it's a goodbye from me as well. It's a dream come true to commentate UWE Bullets versus Nottingham Gold, so thank you for, well, letting me do it.
No worries, and we will see you all in the playoffs. Have a very good Saturday evening. Good night.
Happy Valentine's Day to everyone as well.
Get industry ready. Get future ready.
It's having someone to support you, encourage you, and inspire you. That's mentorship done right. It's modern, industry standard kit.
Building skills.
Building confidence. That's facilities done right.
It's being relevant, having access, connections, and getting real experience. That's industry placements done right.
It's being inspired, given perspective and insight, and gaining a competitive edge. That's industry connections done right.
It's knowledge building, it's collaboration, it's practice, practice, practice. That's learning done right.
Get future ready. UWE Bristol, choose to do university right.
Hey, so I'm James and I am the boss at Ship Theory.
So we are a global shipping software. We essentially help brands of all sizes ship across globally, from sort of DIY homeware brands to fashion brands. Because we're a Bristol-based company, we like to give back to the community, and we have quite a few very avid, keen squash players here at Ship Theory.
Me and Mike have always played loads of sports, and we didn't get those opportunities when we were kids, so it's really cool to be involved in sports at the grassroots level and try and build something up.
We've got access to go and watch them play, meet the players, meet the coaches. It's just nice to be part of something local where we grew up. Seeing like world-class players wearing our logo is just a really cool thing. Like, there's obviously brand awareness, but it's just an awesome thing to be part of.
It's been amazing exposure for us. We've got a lot of Bristol-based brands, like the breweries and coffee companies, and a range of them that already use Ship Theory that have actually come to us and started using Ship Theory off the back of this sponsorship. But also because of the athletes, it means that we've had new business come to us through those channels, which has just been incredible, you know?
Alright, so I'm Ryan Robinson. I'm from Vienna, Virginia originally. I'm getting my master's in business psychology here at UWE.
There's two different types of modules. You have the core modules, and this gives you the essential skills you need to be a business psychologist. So in this, we look at business psychology essentials. We also look at lots of different topics from a psychological point of view. There's researching organisations, where we look at how we conduct psychology research in organisations. Business basics, which is understanding the business context in which we work as psychologists. And there's the dissertation module, where you work one-to-one with a supervisor to develop and deliver research projects and write that up.
I had a background in business through my undergrad, and I had taken a few courses about psychology, and I always found it really interesting. So I thought that the pairing between business and psychology was fascinating to me and was really appealing.
Inside the shout, Robinson open straight check, gets it!
The opportunity to play sport. On top of that, the university here is beautiful. The business school is brand new. Bristol itself is a vibrant city, so those were my main reasons. My experience has been very good so far. I've had the chance to connect with some classmates, do some study sessions and things like that. It definitely took a small adjustment period for me. I think in the States there was someone with me a lot more. Out here it's kind of more on my own, which is good. There's a lot of readings, which is definitely a difference, but overall it's been good.
So it's a blended learning approach. So there's a combination of face-to-face elements, So these include day-long workshops and also online elements. A lot of the modules, there'll be weekly online lectures which are pre-recorded and you can watch and engage with at any time you wish during the week. And there's core readings and some online activities for you to do as well.
Because it's a lot of self-study, I have a lot of time to get into the gym by myself, prepare for practice. I haven't found it too difficult to juggle the two. Getting a master's in business psychology opens up routes like consulting-based and HR management roles.
Do get in touch. I'm very happy to kind of meet up online, or if you have an email conversation, you've got any questions, do consider it. Also look at the Association for Business Psychology website, which will tell you a little bit more about business psychology as a discipline. But yeah, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you.
Come on.
Hey, what the fuck?